All right, all right. What is good, everyone? What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Today we got a great show for you guys. Persona 4 Revival. New information, new details, new gameplay, and more. Also, Justin with the $3.
What's up? I got addicted to Pokemon Champions again, thanks to the mobile release.
Nice.
And I actually got to Ultra Ball Rank 3 finally. Also get ready for are they going to announce a Switch 2 version for the show question?
They're not.
Lol.
Yeah, they're definitely not gonna. I think the Switch 2 version's coming after Metaphor. Probably like either a random announcement or maybe a little bit after launch, like at a Nintendo Direct, like next year. So, or even like at a partner showcase or something like that later. But like, yeah, I don't. Like, I could see like maybe like a February partner showcase or something, where they announce it. But like, yeah, they're not gonna announce it here. So yeah, that's definitely not gonna happen. But yes, get ready for that. Get ready for that. OJ giving the Direct an A after he focused more on the games overall is totally on point. It is his rating, not anyone else. I also rated it an A. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I didn't get a chance to read all the comments. I don't know if people were disagreeing with me or not, but like, yeah, the problem I think that rating the Direct was that we rated it after we watched everybody else's showcase, so I'm comparing it to other people's, which is fine. You can do that. But when I actually compared it to other Nintendo Directs, it kind of squashed the other Nintendo Directs. Like I said, if we just break it down into new games, new game reveals, exciting announcements, big games, blah, 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 whatever the case, and what I personally like. But if you look at it compared to all the other Nintendo Directs in the Switch 1 era, and especially the Switch 2 era, excluding the Nintendo Direct for like the Switch 2 itself, it actually destroyed all those ones. Like, I can't think of another Direct, and I went through and I looked at all of them. I went back and I looked at all the different Directs. And there's very few Directs because you have to remember, Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey, the things that everyone always says that was like the greatest thing ever, right? Those were not even really in Directs that much, like with the Switch 1. I mean, we had Tears of the Kingdom, but that was like years later. A lot of the Directs in the Switch 1 era had no new 3D Mario, had no new 3D Zelda, you know? So it was just what we already, it was like just other games, right? Animal Crossing, Smash Brothers, like the biggest games on the Switch 1. Pokemon, whatever the case was. So when I went back and actually compared it to the other Directs and compared third party, yeah, it's not close. Like it's just not close. In my opinion. Just with another 3.
I just knew after that teaser yesterday they were going to announce a Switch 2 version of All Justice.
Nintendo didn't even give him a Nintendo Direct slot. They just said, yeah, y'all announce it on your own. They didn't even give him like a what's it called, like a sizzle reel slot. They just said y'all can just announce it when you feel like it. Oh man, that was great. You know, at least Bandai Namco's getting quicker. It didn't take like a year plus. This one was actually pretty quick, right? This one was, I think it's coming out about. I mean, it came out like that game came out earlier this year. It came out like February, right? So it's like that's like not bad. Only 4 months later they announced the Switch 2 version, so that's not bad. Bandai Namco's getting better. We got a Switch 2 version of Tales of Eternia. We've been getting crusty Switch 1 versions of those old ones, so they actually, 60 FPS. So that's good. That's good. Picked up Adventures of Elliot today. My vacation starts tomorrow, so I'll definitely be trying it out. Nice, let's go, man. Lego. I'm excited for you. Let me know how you like it. I think my copy's coming in soon too, as well. Thank you, Justin, with the multiple donos. You are now the Hokage and the Stream Ninja. Anybody has $3 or $6, you can beat them out on both boards. Hey, yo. Appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Nenmar? Welcome. What's up, Dane? What's up, Egomaniac? Shout outs, guys. What's up, Micah? Welcome. Some of my comments, what's good? Like your video, got a question about good news about a demo that came out today. What demo are you talking about? In a way, I'm personally a bit more hyped about the Direct because they didn't have 3D Mario or Zelda footage. My point is that there's a lot of first-party fire to look forward to. That's true. That's true. I'm looking forward to Ocarina of Time Remake, though. I really want to play that game. Like, I don't replay Ocarina over and over. Like, I played it one time on the N64, beat it. I played it one time on the 3DS and beat it. Or played a lot of it, and then that was it. Like, I don't play Ocarina of Time every single year. Like, I don't do, like, weird, like, Zelda, like, people rituals. So, it's like, I'm looking forward to checking it out. I don't play it, like, on the NSO over and over. Like, I didn't do all that, so... Hey, what's up, Dane? Welcome. What is good? What is good? Shout outs, guys. Thanks for coming out to the stream today. Tells if Eternia was in the sizzle reel during the direct. Pretty sure. Yeah, I was talking about My Hero, All's Justice, or whatever. That game wasn't in the sizzle reel. So that's the game I was talking about. Wonder if Beast Reincarnation will get a Switch 2. Yeah, I'll probably get a Switch 2 port later, obviously. Players, I ain't talking about the Blue Fantasy December just came out. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Okay, yeah, that demo. Yeah, I played the test. It's okay. It's solid, but I don't like the 30 FPS on that game. That game should have been 60, but Unreal Engine nonsense. Let's say I'm gonna be putting hella hours at the Fire Emblem Fortunes Weave, man. Oh my god, me too, brother. Yo, the Young Viper, me too, man. I cannot wait. Star Fox next week. Excited for that. Excited for Splatoon Raiders the month after that. Rhythm Heaven. I'll be picking up that as well. Looking forward to just a lot of games. Fire Emblem, Ocarina of Time, Xenoblade updates. July 30th, that's the Xenoblade. So July we got Splatoon Raiders, Rhythm Heaven, and Xenoblade 2 all in July. That is nice. So I'm looking forward to that. Hey, what's up, Rags to Riches? What's good, man? Welcome. I hope we get in the September direct this year. Man, honestly, I mean, I hope we get one too, but I don't think we even need one, man. I'll be honest. I'll keep it a buck. Like, I'm not even sure if I mean, outside of announcing some of the games for early next year, but they announced Xenoblade Genesis for next year. It's like, if they didn't have one and they just went hard on Ocarina, like the 40th anniversary of Zelda, we get a big blowout of new information, Twilight Princess, HD, Wind Waker HD, we get new, we got a new Switch 2 bundle, we got a Pro controller, and they just go all out with that. I'd be fine with that. And then next year, load up, get ready. But that Xenoblade Genesis announcement already made my year. Because to me, that's the big game that I'm super excited for next year. And we already have Pokemon Winds and Waves. So it's like, man, we got Pokemon Winds and Waves. We got Xenoblade. I'm set for this year, man.
After how fast All Justice came and went, they kind of have to speed up the ports.
Yeah.
Lol, I wouldn't be surprised if Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is their first day-and-date anime game.
Yeah, I think it might be their day and date with that, because they do have to speed it up, because it did come and go on that one, and like nobody bought the game really. So yeah, they definitely got to speed that up. Shout out to Justin, bumping it up to 3 times 3. Let's go. Thank you so much, Justin. I appreciate that. Not on the board. And it's 9 more. You up, Justin. Remember, if you drop a donut, make sure you put your music request in there, and I'll play it for you. Play a video game track. I rolled the credits on Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I think that Claude, Route Elliott, to join the rotation with Xeno 1. Nice. Let's go. Yeah, a movie trailer. Yeah, I'm actually, like I said, I don't need any other announcements for next year. I really don't. Like, I just want to focus on this year and getting the games that I really want to get beat done. So, like, I really want to go all in on Fire Emblem. I really want to, hit it up Star Fox and get good at that game, and do all the medals and all that stuff. I want to play the online. I really want to hit up Xenoblade 2 and Splatoon Raiders. I want to, I've never been a big Rhythm Heaven fan, but I'll definitely check out this new one with that RPG mode. I definitely want to get into Nintendo Switch Sports. I want to play that. I like Wii Sports Resort. I thought that was fun. And then I want to get into Onimusha. I want to get into some of the games I'll get on PS5 and stuff like that. So Wolverine's coming out. I want to get into that a bit. I want to get into, obviously, Ocarina of Time. I'm going to clear out everything for Ocarina of Time. And there's GTA. So I'll be testing out GTA myself to see if I like this one. So yeah, this year is already set, man. Like, I don't even need anything for next year. Like, I don't need them to announce anything. I'm just good with, like, hey, let's just focus on this year and get that over with, and then next year you can blow it out with the big Nintendo Direct next year. Like, if you want to do one like earlier this, like maybe you do one like in March or something like that, then I'm okay with that. And like, you just detail the rest of the year, I'm cool with that. Maybe you have something else in June or something, but yeah, like, I'm happy with what we're getting this year. I think it's really good. There's a lot of games. There's like almost too many games, so it's crazy. Well, we just got the announcement for Xenoblade Genesis, so I mean, like, we don't need anything else right now. Like, we'll get some more information later. I'm just happy that it's announced, but it's not coming till next year, so there's no need in doing gameplay trailers and all that type of stuff like that right now. It's not till next year. So just focus on the games that are coming out, and then maybe later this year, maybe you drop a new gameplay trailer if there is a direct, or maybe you drop something But there's really no need to really talk about it. I mean, it's next year, and there's games coming out this year, so yeah. Let's see here, Mr. Davis. What's up, Mr. Davis? Welcome. Star Fox and Devil May Cry. Oh yeah, those games are both good. Those should both be good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Stellar Blade too. Stellar Blade, I picked it up on PS5. I thought that game was, I mean, it's a great game, and now it's coming to Switch too, so I'm picking that one up. If you guys haven't seen my real Nintendo Direct show grade, check out that too. Like, I kind of go over everything that I'm looking forward to in games and things like that. So if you haven't seen that real Nintendo Direct show grade, check it out. I thought it was a pretty good video. I mean, a lot of you guys probably couldn't have, you're at work or you're doing other things, but when you get an opportunity, check it out. Put it in your watch later. It's good. People are hype beasts. That's why they want more. They want more. Yeah, a lot of people are hype beasts. They just want to be hyped about things. They don't want to play things as much. They just want to be hyped about it, or they can't even afford everything that's coming out, but they just want to be hyped about stuff. So I think, yeah, that's a thing for sure. But for me, it's like, I already got my hype. I got my hype beast. You know, I got my Xenoblade. I got my Ocarina of Time announcement. I got my Fire Emblem. You know, we got Wolverine. We got God of War Laufey, that's next year. We got Xenoblade Genesis. Like, we got stuff to be hyped about. So now it's about playing. Now it's actually like, okay, we got our announcements. We got our big show. Now it's about actually getting the time, getting your work done, getting everything done so you have time to play video games. Like, we don't need any more announcements. We don't need any more crazy announcements. Like, sure, we're going to get more crazy announcements this year. Obviously, there's going to be more stuff. But all the stuff is laid out for the year, guys. For the next 6 months, all the games are laid out. It's time to actually be excited about playing some games, you know? Time to be excited about actually playing. Let's see here. Since I'm just greeting for some delicious news about it. I mean, like I said, we just got the announcement, though, man. We just got the announcement, so it's like, you just gotta relax. Gotta relax. It's coming out next year, so there's really no point in blowing out information about the game this year. What's the point? It's not coming out till next year, so there's really no reason for us to know everything combat-wise and gameplay too early. Give it a little bit of time and then let it get some time out, and then you drop the trailer.
I could care less, but do you think with Unreal 5.8 Borderlands 4 Switch 2 port has a chance to actually come out now?
I don't think they even care, to be honest, at this point. I don't think they care too much, so it's really not even about the 5.8 thing. It's more about if they just feel like porting it or not. I know it underperformed to them sales-wise, so they might think that it's just not worth it. So, but yeah, I would never give Randy Pitchford or that. I would never talk to them again if I was Nintendo. I would never, ever talk to them again. They gave him that Nintendo Direct. They could have given that spot, that whole developer creator's voice. They could have given that to somebody else who actually had a game coming out. They could have gave that to somebody else. I mean, what was it? Capcom got one. Who else got one? Other developers got one. So they could have given that to somebody else that actually was releasing a game. So screw them, you know? Screw Randy Pitchford and screw Borderlands Studio or whatever. Gearbox. Trash. Garbage. Shout out to Justin. Justin right now single-handedly funding the Elite Ninja Village with the combo breakers. Let's go, man. I'm excited about that. Let's go. Shout outs. I'm excited to see what Xenoblade 2 Switch 2 Edition looks like. I mean, they showed it. The trailer, it's in there. Like, that's the actual Switch 2 Edition if you watch the trailer. So they did show it already. I'm new here. Do you mostly play Switch? Yeah, I mostly play Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5. Those are like my two systems. Switch 2 and PlayStation 5. Mainly Switch 2 and then PlayStation 5. Certain games like Wolverine that's coming out. That's going to be like obviously that's PS5. Wolverine, that's PS5. And then GTA 6, that's going to be obviously PS5. PS5 Pro, to be exact. I got a PS5 Pro, so. Saw the My Hero announcement. I'm a little disappointed with Bandai and this version. Well, I mean, I haven't really seen it, so I mean, what's wrong with the version? What now? Managed to make it halfway through Cosmos Canyon FF7 Rebirth. Got to get the hold to play Elliot. Oh man, putting it on hold. That's not good. Let's see here. Hello, OG. I think your sound went off. No, my sound's not off. It's good. Matt, let's see here. I would say I may be going over the top, but why does it feel like Atlas just doesn't care much about Switch 2? No, that's not it at all. You're just going over the top because, like I said, you don't understand how development works. The Switch 2 launched in the middle of all their development periods. In order to get a good Switch 2 version out, you can't just snap your fingers and get a Switch 2 button. They've already been working on Persona 4 Revival for years now at this point. Switch 2 is different architecture. It's not x86. So they can't just port it over instantly, then all of a sudden it works just fine. That doesn't mean they hate them or they hate Switch 2 because they didn't announce it right away. It's in the middle of development. So if you want to get a good Switch 2 version, you got to make sure that you do a good job on it. But the game is not done. They're still working on the game. So you remember when Persona 3 Reload came out? Remember how it wasn't ready? And they probably could have took a little bit more time. They don't hate Switch 2. That's stupid. Why would they hate Switch 2? That doesn't even make any sense. Why are they announcing Metaphor and announcing these games? Why are they announcing all this stuff if they hate Switch 2? That's not it. You guys need to realize Switch 2 did not come out the same time as Xbox and PlayStation. These games started development before Switch 2 was even a thing. Guys, when they announce a game, that doesn't mean they started development when they announced the game. It means that when they announced the game, it's already been in development for 99% of games. So just because you didn't get your announcement or it's not day and day, that doesn't mean that they hate the system. That's just you looking on Twitter and all that. Understand development, guys. Understand what's going on. Understand that if you drop a system that's a different architecture in the middle of the development of it, they're not going to drop everything they're doing to make sure that the Switch 2 version somehow they rush it out or they get it out. Because they even rushed Persona 3 Reload. They moved resources, they rushed that, and that did not launch ready. It launched 30 FPS handheld mode, 30 FPS dock mode with frame rate dips, improper frame pacing. So they're even trying to rush to get that game going. They don't hate Switch 2, that's stupid. They're going to get Persona 4 Revival, they're going to get Persona 6, they're going to announce those, but they need to make sure that they're actual good versions of the game. Those games are built for PC and x86. So that's it. So stop falling into this dumb thing that people do online. You're going to get the games. If they hated Switch 2, then they wouldn't make games at all. They would not make Persona 3 Reload. They would not put Metaphor ReFantazio. They would stop putting the games on there if they truly hated them. That makes no sense. Let's see here. Is Metaphor Unreal Engine or is it its own engine? Metaphor is its own engine. Let's see. You literally described nothing for the next 6 months. Xenoblade and Fire Emblem remake we know about. General audiences don't care about this mediocre lineup. Well, we'll see about sales, Famby. We'll see about the sales then. So how about this? You want to bank? You want to bet on sales? You want to bet or what? You said nobody cares about it. They don't care about Ocarina. They don't care about Xenoblade. They don't care about Fire Emblem. So let's bet on sales. Let's do it again. I know you're here. You're back, ready to talk again because you're a loudmouth. But you want to bet on sales or no? Yes or no? And what's the bet? What's the bet? How much are we betting? And what's the bet? You said nobody cares. So you want to bet sales when it comes to million sellers? You want to bet best-selling system for the time period? What do you want to bet on? How about that? And if you don't want to bet, I'm going to just time you out. If you don't want to bet or debate me in-person camera, I'm just going to time you out for the rest of the stream because I'm not doing this today. You come here pissy every single day. Every single day you come here to argue. So there's a couple different options you have. You can, once again, you can talk to me live if you want to, with the camera. You can pay me and I'll continue to debate you back and forth. So you can pay me $10 per a message, or you can bet me money on what you think the sales were going to be and what people are thinking. So go ahead, you take your pick. And I need you to answer one of those three. If you don't, I'm just gonna time you out, or I'm gonna ban you. One of those two. So there you go. Those are your options. We're getting so many games for the rest of 2026 and the winds and waves. Xenoblade Genesis and 3D Mario 2027. I'm set for a while. Yeah. All right. Good. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Bad. You don't bet? Okay. Well, then you also don't talk. You don't bet? Then you don't talk. Bro, this ain't your stream. This is my stream. You don't want to bet? You don't want to. I'm not going to have you arguing. You're going to, like I said, you're a schizo. You're a schizo. This dude is going to argue all stream that nobody likes Xenoblade. Nobody likes Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem, by the way, sold 5 million units on the Switch 1. Fire Emblem 3 Houses sold 5 million units on the Switch 1. But apparently nobody cares about Fire Emblem. It sold 5 million units, but nobody cares about it. Nobody cares about Xenoblade. Multi-million selling IP. Sells 2 million units plus with every single release. Tops the eShop charts. Nobody cares about Xenoblade. Nobody cares about Fire Emblem. People only care about, to him, Mario. That's the only thing people care about. Let me give you guys another thing that he said last time he was here. I said, name all the games that people want to play then. And he literally named that are system sellers. He literally named multiple Mario. I said, it's just Mario. He's like, no, it's not just Mario. And then he named a bunch of Mario games. And then he said, oh, well, Mario Maker's not a system seller, but you know what I mean. It's just Mario. That's all these people, that's all he's looking for. It's just Mario. I asked him, what were all the big directs that had all the great announcements? He said, oh, yeah, March 2018. It was one Smash Brothers announcement with no gameplay, which he was complaining about gameplay not being present for Ocarina of Time. Smash Brothers didn't have gameplay either. He said that one was great. And then he said Octo Expansion. Octo Expansion, a DLC. This guy's a schizo. He's a schizo. Anyway, deported with a $2 dono. And he says, ban, gone forever. Yeah, we gotta ban that dude. This guy's weird. He is super weird, man. Super. He just wants to argue the whole stream. Like, as soon as you prove him wrong with something, he'll just argue about something else. He's crazy. Like, legitimately crazy. Anyway. Do you prefer to play third-party games on Switch 2? If the Switch 2 version runs good. If it doesn't run good, then no. Let's see. No one is talking about Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, JRPG, Sony owners that love Zelda. I'm one of them. I bought Nintendo Switch 2 for FF Remake series and Zelda. Well, yeah, Kingdom Hearts was a great announcement. Dude, Kingdom Hearts was actually one of the most talked about trailers. It was one of the most highly watched trailers according to the different metrics that are out there. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Metal Wolf Tensei? Welcome to the stream. He's worse than Nintendo. Yeah, there's just crazy Mario fans, man. Crazy Mario fans out there. If it ain't Mario, they're mad. This man said Mario Maker's a big system seller. I'm like, bro, Mario Maker is not a big system seller. I mean, it's just a Mario game. But he said, oh, well, it's not a system seller, but you know what I mean. He just named Mario games. That's all he named, Mario games. And then he named Animal Crossing. And I'm like, dude, Animal Crossing came out 3 years plus into the Switch 1's life. We're not going to get Animal Crossing right now. There's no need for Animal Crossing right now. We already got Pocopia this year. We don't need Animal Crossing announcement this year. Just wait till next year, end of next year or something like that. Then they'll announce Animal Crossing. That's stupid. Pocopia was already a big announcement, huge multi-million seller. What's the point of having Animal Crossing in the same year? And we already had Tomodachi Life. Like, we had Tomodachi Life and we had Animal Crossing. So I don't think we need Tomodachi Life. Or sorry, we had Pocopia and Tomodachi Life. I don't think we need Animal Crossing, Tomodachi Life, and Pocopia all in the same year. That's a lot. Let's hear it. Shout outs to Just Another Artist with 100 core crystals, the jewels. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's see here. LMAO, a DLC for a year-old game was more exciting than Xenogenesis and Ocarina of Time remake. Yeah, but his whole thing was stupid too because Splatoon Raiders was in that same direct. So we have a new Splatoon game, not a DLC pack, but an actual big new Splatoon game. That's probably going to be just as good, if not better, than the Octo expansion. I know that's really good, but Splatoon Raiders seems like it's more in depth, bigger game. So it doesn't even make any sense what he said. It's dumb. Let's see. There are so many great games coming out this year. Anybody who doesn't know is either hating or just misinformed. A lot of people are just, like I said, he's a schizo. He's a complete schizo. Just announcing Kingdom Hearts 4 followed Ocarina of Time makes that direct goated. LOL. Anyone, no one has that type of movement. That was a crazy. That's why I went back and I reevaluated my Nintendo Direct grade and I gave it an A. At first I was giving it like a B- or something like that. But then I actually went back and reevaluated it and then I gave it an A because I compared it to other Nintendo Directs. Like I just boxed it in with Nintendo Directs. So if you just box it in there, I mean, obviously if you talk about Microsoft or Sony, you have what you like more than so, and like you have obviously different third-party announcements and things, and so maybe it's still a B there. And that, I mean, if you want to get like real stringent, but if you're talking about Nintendo Directs by itself, I couldn't research. There was no Nintendo Direct that I went back and looked, and I looked at all of them. There was no Nintendo Direct that I went back and looked. It was like, oh my gosh, that had way more bigger announcements from the scope of games. There's not a single one. Like I said, no normal general direct. Now, Nintendo Switch 2 presentation, that had a lot of first party and third party stuff because it's the presentation and they had a lot of information, but normal Nintendo Directs, not a single one. Unless, like I said, unless somebody here can name them, I can't, I don't see them. Let's see here. Matthew Fettig, with the, if I said that name correctly, with the $10 says we got a Persona stream, so can you put on your favorite Persona song? Yeah, what's my favorite Persona song? I like Blooming Villain. Thank you so much for the $10 dono, Mr. Matthew, looking sharp, by the way, my boy, looking absolutely stunning. Thank you for the support, man. And like I said, keep shining, brother. Keep shining. I appreciate you, fam. I appreciate you, Matthew. Lego. Blooming villain from Persona 5 Scramble. Or Persona 5, The Phantom Strikers, that game. That game's really good. It's fun. They need to make a Switch 2 version of that game, though. They definitely need to make a Switch 2 version of that game. Big love to Matthew F. You are now the new stream ninja with the $9.99. Anybody does $9.99, man? Matthew F. at the top of the board. Justin Still, though, the Hokage. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, guys. You guys are goated. All of you guys are goated. Let's go. Man, you really made a weirdo upset, huh? Always fascinates whenever you have weirdos just like him, Smack Talk. He's just a troll sock account. I mean, I gave him a chance, opportunity. He just comes here and acts crazy. So he can just get banned. Or he can come back on a sock account. It's all good. No, he's been coming here every now and then. No, I didn't play the Lego Batman game. No, I'm not a big fan of Lego, and I'm not like a huge fan of Batman. I like Batman, but I'm not a huge fan of Batman. But I did like Batman Arkham City. I thought that game was dope back in the day. Definitely an A direct for you. Let Nintendo sell as many consoles as possible before they give us Mario. The sales are going to get crazier once they drop it. Yeah, new 3D Mario is going to be awesome. I think they're going to have a bundle, though. They'll probably have like a Mario special edition or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they announced it like on Mario Day next year. Like Mario Day next year, new 3D Mario. Hey, what up, Peter? I'm doing good, brother. How are you? Suspicious Person is my favorite P5 song. Nice. That's a good song, too. Stick to the subject. Don't get sidetracked by trolls. No, the trolls help make the show. I don't know if you've been here before or not. The trolls help make the show. We have fun roasting them. Don't worry. Don't worry about what I'm doing, my boy. Just enjoy the show, all right? I've been doing this for a long time, Nelson. Let's see here. Lies of P complete on cartridge. Oh, yeah. Lies of P complete on cartridge. Absolutely. Absolutely. How much longer for P4R stream? It's going to be in about 30 minutes. So, so that should be fun. OJ, have you heard anything about the release date for Gate Zero? I don't know what Gate Zero is. What's Gate Zero? What is Gate Zero? All right, hold up. Let me go on Gematsu so we can get this thing here. All right, Persona 4 Revival TV. All right, so we'll check that out once it hits. Let's see here. What's the best third party you've played recently? The best third party that I played recently? What am I playing right now? Oh yeah, Romancing Saga. That's the best third party game that I played recently. I beat that this year. Yeah, that game was really good. OJ trashing these trolls makes the fun. Oh yeah, it makes the stream fun. So we have a little bit of fun. I like to see them squirm. I already know they're not going to pay, but it's funny. It's funny when I ask them because they start squirming and start making excuses. So it's funny. Let's see here. Hype for this Persona stream. Yeah, I'm going to just chill back and watch it. We're going to probably stream. I don't know how long it's going to be, but we're probably going to stream afterwards as well. So if you guys want to stick around and hang out, talk about Star Fox, talk about Persona, talk about, oh my gosh, Ocarina of Time. Like, I can talk about Xenoblade Genesis. Oh my gosh, I have so many videos. That's why we're getting so many videos lately, man. I have so many ideas, so many different videos that I want to do. Like, I just dropped the direct review last night. I dropped the performance boost with the whole Unreal Engine. We dropped the Nintendo was right when it comes to the game development studios. I dropped the Star Fox video. I'm going to drop another Star Fox sales video probably tonight. I'll probably edit that tonight. I'll drop that video. I'm going to be dropping videos a lot, man. I'm actually like reinvigorated. Like these shows, these summer showcases have got me like hyped for the game. So I'm going to be dropping videos on a bunch of games that I like, you know. I'll be dropping a lot of videos. So it's going to be fun, man. It's fun. Shout outs to Deported with the $2 dono. Thank you, Deported. And he says, just grow a beard out the James Harden proportion. I don't think I can. Like, I don't think my sides don't grow that big. Like here grows, but here doesn't grow like that. So I don't think I can do anything about it. Unless, you know, I put the little bit of the sauce, you know, on the beard and try to make it look that way. But yeah, it don't grow like that. Shout outs to Shortable Self. I still find it funny that he kept trying to argue that Nintendo Switch Sports wasn't a system seller. I'm someone that personally doesn't care about it, but it's literally factually that it sells big. Yeah, he's just, like I said, schizo. Hype for Persona stream. Hey, what up, Villarist? What's up, man? Welcome. Are P4 jokes allowed during the stream? Are we avoiding inside jokes? You can make any joke that you want, man. It's all good. Yo, shout outs to Matthew F, my boy, Sharp, my man. Yo, the businessman, Matthew. Matthew F, the businessman, the business, giving us the business. Yo, thank you for the 5 gifted members. Yo, I appreciate that, Matthew. I appreciate you, fam. You're awesome. That's all you guys know. I love everybody, man. I love you guys. Thank you for the support, brother. I appreciate that. For real, I really, really appreciate that. Let's go. 5 gifted members. Coming in from Matthew. Give us the big 10 points added onto the board with those gifted members. Let's get you up on the board, too, Matthew. Anybody that's 5 gifted or more, you good, my man, Matthew? On the top of the board, thank you for the 5, brother. I appreciate that. Who got him, though? Peter, mixing it up. CBH. There's the real Just Freshie. Gucci Dolphin. Hey, shout outs, guys. Appreciate y'all. You guys give some love to Matthew, the businessman.
One of my favorite Nintendo Directs is the one with Metroid Dread, but it still wasn't as good as this recent one.
That was the E3 2021. That was a good one. Metroid Dread was awesome. That was a very good one. But Metroid and Xenoblade are kind of like in the same boat. They sell around the same. They're like around the same, you know, notoriety. Like when it comes to sales, at least. Metroid is more popular. Like Samus is more known than anybody in Xenoblade for the most part. I mean, maybe it might be somewhat equal, but I think Samus is just more known just because she's been around longer. But yeah, sales wise, they're about the same, you know. So I equate Xenoblade Genesis to like Metroid type of announcement, you know. Shout out to Deported with another 2, says a little biggin and no one is wiser. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I appreciate it. Let's go. Thank you for another 2, Mr. Deported Sicilian. I appreciate you like always. Let's see here. Is Fire Emblem a system seller of its own type? I think for strategy RPG nuts, yeah, it's a system seller. So you're gonna get a nice little surge in sales for the hardcore people that love Fire Emblem. But is it a overall Mario, Zelda type system seller? No. But are there a specific niche of about 1 million people that are going to buy a Switch 2 specifically for Fire Emblem? Yes, we've seen that over the years many times, from Fire Emblem Awakening to Fire Emblem Fates to Fire Emblem Three Houses. The mainline big Fire Emblem games, you will get a nice push across the world. Now they'll drop off quickly, but that push will be there at the beginning, you know, so yes. But it's not like a real, like, Pokemon, Zelda, 3D Mario, Smash Brothers, Animal Crossing. It's not like that, no. So, do you think there's games who needed Unreal Engine 5 update before they're announcing ports coming to Switch 2, like Ace Combat? I think some of them might have been waiting for that a little bit, but I'm not sure if anyone needed it before it's going to be announced. I'm not sure about that, but I mean, but we'll see. Yo, Kaser, yo, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome to Elite Ninja Village. So, hey, shout outs, Sean. I appreciate you, man. Let's go. I appreciate you. I don't have Switch 2, but Fire Emblem might sell it to me. Hey, man, I'm telling you right now, honestly, maybe I'm biased about it, but right now, when it comes to just like fun, I think Switch 2 is the best system because you're getting good third-party games, and then you're also getting consistent first-party releases. So you know you're gonna every year, you know you're gonna get about at least 7 to 10 good, solid third-party games pretty much every single year, and like that's been consistent throughout the Switch 1 library, and now going into Switch 2. Last year we had multiple games. This year we've already had we have like I think like 11 or 12 first-party games. Between Pokemon Pocopia, Mario Tennis, also Rhythm Heaven, Tomodachi Life, Star Fox, Splatoon Raiders, Fire Emblem, Nintendo Switch Sports, Ocarina of Time Remake. I mean, so you're going to get, and also if you're talking about exclusives, like the Dust Bloods is going to be an exclusive. So you get a good, you know, anywhere between 7 to 10 or 11, you know, exclusives per year. At the minimum, maybe like 8, you know? There's usually one per month or a couple or something like that. Not a couple per month, but there's usually at least one per month. Maybe like 1 month where they skip. So for me, at least, I think it's probably one of the better systems right now. It's pretty much the Switch 1, but just way better. So everything, if you like the Switch 1, you'll probably like the Switch 2. So, yeah. Is there a chance the Gearbox is aware of 5.8 and they held off? I mean, yeah, absolutely there's a chance of that. But we still have to wait to see if that's actually a thing, you know? Three Houses is Game of the Year material. Three Houses was definitely my Game of the Year in 2019. It was between that and it was that and what's it called? Astral Chain. Both of those were really good. What's up, Nimar? My day's going good, man. How's your day? How's your day? But no, go. I mean, what you guys are saying about the whole Unreal Engine thing, yeah, maybe there are some developers that are waiting. We also have a lot of unannounced third-party games. Capcom still has Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4. So I don't know when that's going to be announced, but, I mean, that's still coming. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes out this October for the Switch 2. Like, as a game keycard, you know. What's up, Gangsta Slayer? Welcome. Let's see here. E3 2021 and Metroid Dread SMT5 Instant Classic presentation for you. Oh, yeah, that was good. But, I mean, as great as Metroid Dread and SMT5 is, SMT5, like, they announced that back in 2017. So, that's cool that they finally got it, but they announced that back in 2017. So, you know, that's great, but they announced that back. And it was also at a previous Nintendo Direct. So, it was at a previous Direct partner showcase, like a small one. They didn't really show anything, but they had it there. So that was a good, don't get me wrong, that's good. I love E3 2021 was great. I loved it. I thought it was really fun. I think they also had, what, No More Heroes or something like that? I forgot it. But there was some good stuff there. But this one was better to me because you had Xenoblade Genesis and you had all the Xenoblade games updated. Plus you had all the Kingdom Hearts games native. Plus you had Kingdom Hearts 4. Plus you also had Mirror Monster the Demon Blade. Plus you had Stellar Blade. Plus you had Lies of P. Plus you had like just all this stuff. Plus obviously Dust Bloods is whatever, but the network test. Okay, cool. Plus you have Ocarina of Time. Plus you have Nintendo Switch Sports. It was just way more, way. Third party blew it out of the water, you know.
Maybe
so
The Witcher 4, your favorite game series, wanted Unreal 5.8 before trying to port it.
Yeah, my favorite game series. Yeah, my favorite game series. Yeah, maybe. I mean, The Witcher 4 is still ways off, so I mean, we'll see what happens there, you know. So we'll see what happens with that one. Thank you, Justin, for another $3 dono. Let's get you to 50 on the board. You are now still upping the Hokage lead. 15. Anybody does a Toby Blaster, you can beat them out. Let's go. Or time up. People complain about older games, but I really want everything on Switch 2 at this point. Let it have all the old stuff and new stuff as exactly. I don't get it. I have no idea what these people are talking about. When I see Nintendo fans online talk about, oh, well, there's just ports, I get it. I'm like, what? Do you guys not know the battle? It'd be like somebody spitting on the grave of a World War II veteran. Like, do you not know what we went through to get this freedom? Do you know what would have happened? Do you want Adolf coming here and ordering us around? Do you know what would have happened if we didn't fight for this? Get out of here. I almost want to rip their freaking medals off of their damn uniform and court-martial them. I want to court-martial these people. Do you know what we went through? I want to make a video on this. Every time I make a video on it, I start yelling, so I can't make a video on it because people think I'm going to be crazy. People already think I'm crazy, but if I made a video yelling about it, people would think I'm really crazy. I just want to push these people into, I just want to put a dunce cap on them, push them in the back. Do you know what we went through? Do you know what the Wii U, do you know what we went through? Do you know what we went through? Goodness gracious, these people do not understand. They do not understand what we went through. Wii U owners, we would have killed. We would have killed to have games like Stellar Blade, to have Resident Evil, to have Final Fantasy, to have Dragon's Dogma, to have just games. Like, they didn't port 360 games. There would be literally 360 games coming out and they'd be like, oh, well, you know, they start turning into the net zero router, America Online. Developers start, they start contorting. Man,
Also, Xbox and PlayStation get ports all the time and crickets. Lol.
I don't even, and that's true, but I don't even care about that. I'm just strictly talking about the situation with Nintendo. It's like, bro, we wouldn't even get old PS3 and 360 games. The Wii U is strong enough to run Skyrim. Did they port Skyrim? No. The Wii U is strong enough to get Tomb Raider. Did they port Tomb Raider? No. Even games that were coming out while the system was active and there, and they had development kits. They literally just left the development kits. They all had them. They all had dev kits, and they were just there, dusty, unused. I don't want to hear anything about ports. I'm actually done. I don't care. Do you not understand what we went through? Do you not understand what we fought for? I hate it. I hate it. I get it, but I hate it, you know? Like, people taking stuff for granted. Yeah, we got meme run. Yo, Matthew says, I'll take that Hokage spot from Justin. Yo, Matthew, the businessman. Yo, I appreciate that with another JoJo combo breaks coming through. Hey, I appreciate that, Matthew. Seriously, you guys are awesome. Both of you guys are awesome. And listen, Justin, like I said, I'm 100% coming to Nashville, baby. I'm safe. Revoked bond for Chud the Builder. I'm coming through, Justin. I'm coming through. Matthew, I appreciate you, my boy. But I can finally visit Nashville and feel safe. No bond. He's going to be in jail, so I'm safe. Because I would have acted a fool and got shot. Shout outs to my man, Matthew. Shout outs to Justin. Appreciate you guys, man. Greetings from Brazil, Mr. Players. Didn't know how good your content was. Thank you. Enlightened Bruno. OJ, would you say Switch 2 third-party supports SNES, or do you think it's still too early? It's still too early, but we're definitely getting more games than the SNES, because just more games released now than back then. But, yeah, I think it's probably going to pass it up by the time that it's all said and done. Let's see here. Yeah, it's annoying, man. I'd expect next year, too, we'll still be getting ports. We had banger games that come out in 2025. Metaphor is a perfect example. The thing about it is that what people don't realize is, like, if we had time to play everything, then maybe I'd have a problem with ports. But everybody does not have time to play everything. Everybody does not play everything on Xbox and PlayStation. Bringing it over to where you get a handheld version of that game in addition to a console version docked, that to me adds extra value. And it gives the library life. It gives it vibrance. It gives it, you know, it gives it like staying power. Like when you go back and you look, you don't care if it's a port or not. You go back, you look at all the great games on a system. You're like, oh, that was a great game. That I can play that, or I can play that. So I don't want to hear any of it. Shout outs to Matthew, man. You were down the new Hokage with the $20 on the board. Anybody that's 20 right, beat up my man Matthew. On there, let's go. Just with another 3.
People don't remember, but some companies laughed when asked about a Wii U port.
Yeah.
Lol.
I talked about that in my video. I said some companies like Mark Ryan or Rain or whatever his name is from the Unreal, somebody asked him about Unreal Engine 4 and he started laughing. He's like, yeah. He started laughing. And I'm like, are you serious, dude? He's like, oh no, we got Unreal Engine 3. Now, at this point, Switch 2, it's showcased. They say, hey, look, Switch, they have a presentation, and now Epic is featuring Switch 2. Now it's not a joke no more. That's what I'm saying. Like, these people that are like, oh, the ports, I got annoyed. I'm like, I want to strangle them. I physically, because they don't understand. They don't understand the Wii U era, man. You don't understand the pain that I went through. I went through mental health issues in that time period. I want to strangle these people. You know, like, they really don't understand what I went through. I'm sorry, maybe I'm greedy, or maybe I'm just being selfish, but they don't understand the problems that we went through where every single game, it didn't matter what it was, nothing was announced, man. Like, the Wii U had a cool concept, but obviously it was a poorly executed system. But like, if you're a fan of Nintendo, which obviously I am, I have Xbox and PlayStation, but I would have loved to see some games come over, and we got that at the beginning, you know, but there was just no announcements. And it's not even just about there being no announcements. I had a PS3 360, I have a PS4, Xbox One, whatever. It was the fact that the fans online were relentless, so you couldn't even just talk about what you liked without people acting schizo, you know? So that was like another issue. So for me at least, it's just it's nice to have a healthy Nintendo platform following a great success, even Switch One, yeah. And the thing that I said, shout outs to Matthew, man, what I wanted to tell you and what I want to tell everybody here. The thing that I said is that I said, if the Switch One ends up being really successful, we'll get more. And then by the time that we get the next system, we'll get stuff day and date, and we'll get just more
also
in general.
Good to hear about the no bond.
Oh, yeah, man. I can't go there, man. I got somebody terrorizing the streets like that. I can't be going there. Justin, back at the top though, with the 21. Thank you so much, Justin. I appreciate you. The new Hokage combo breaks. And with us 21 or more, you can type or pass up Justin on the board. Hey yo. Thank you for the support, Justin, like always. Nintendo gamers only got made fun of back in the Wii U days. It was nothing but embarrassment. Yeah, most people didn't play most games. Digimon, Time Stranger, which sold kind of bad. It was 100 million plus 200 million install base. Or no, 100 million install base. How rude, says Matthew. How rude boy. Yo, shout outs back and forth. Matthew wants to get back into the top of the board. I loved all the Wii and the Wii U because I had too many Skylanders memories, and especially the Skylanders trap team. Yeah, I was not a big Skylanders guy, but I mean, I know why you liked it. You were young, right, when the Skylanders stuff came out? So you were young. So I get it though. Skylanders was good. It's like what Shadow Fox said. These Western journalists and devs would talk smack and laugh at Nintendo during the Wii U days, which is why you have some of these people getting salty. Yeah, the Wii U days were terrible, and like the problem, the sales numbers were bad too. So it was like not only were the Matthew, were the sales numbers not good, but then people also talked a lot too, so it sucked. I want to see as many ports as possible be announced. I want to see ports. I want to see as many games. You know, I want there to be a lot, so I don't mind. And like I said, I'm not gonna play Dragon's Dogma on my PS5, but if it's on sale, discounted on Switch 2, and I can play a portable version of it, of like a big RPG, yeah, I'll check it out for like $30 or something like that. But I'm not playing Dragon's Dogma on PS5. I'm not being stuck to a big long RPG, you know, that moves like that on a PS5. Nah, that doesn't even, I mean, it runs good, like with the PS5 Pro, but nah, that's the type of game that I'll just probably play portable. I probably won't even finish. I mean, I didn't finish Dragon's Dogma 1, so that's the thing. Right after the OJ, hope all is well with you. Everything's good, man. What's up, the cool guy? Have you ever met Russ Vandy or talked to him? I don't know who that is. I feels like every game I want got ported already. Nice. Which I thought your mental was cause your daughter's mom acted up. Nah. I mean, that was later. We're talking about the Wii U era. That was before. So I mean, she was sometimes acting up every now and then, but nah, my mental was bad then because my situation with PlayerEssence wasn't very good, and my living situation wasn't very good, and financial stress and just like other things. But nah, it wasn't even really like her. She didn't really do nothing. It wasn't then. It wasn't until later. Georgia FT with the $10 dono and says, OJ, you're not being unreasonable. It's nice to have a Nintendo platform that doesn't need to miracle ports or to prove it ports. We don't have to be second-class citizens anymore. I mean, we're like first-class, second-class citizens or something like that. First, second-class citizens for the Western developers, definitely not quite there. But for the Japanese developers, we're definitely right up there with everybody else, which for me, that's what I care about. I care about the Japanese games, and I know a lot of people care about Western games too, and I want to see good Western games, but I'll keep it a buck. Like, I don't really care about Western games like that. Shout outs to Justin, or shout outs to George, my man Jorge, with the $10 dono. Yo, we out here. But yes, I agree with you on that one, fam. I agree with you on that one. Thank you for the 10. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the big 10. Also, the Noah and Mio, further than beyond. We got 7 more minutes, guys, and then we've got the Persona, the Persona show's about to start up, so that's gonna be fun. Let's see. I also think there's some Nintendo third-party support for granted. Yeah, some people are taking it for granted, man. Says I read that devs porting to older Unreal Engine 5 games to the newer 5.8 might not be a common thing because it'll be a ton of work. Like, it could potentially cause a ton of stuff to break. Do you have any insight on that? I have no insight on that. No, I don't. Maybe I'll talk to MVG. Let's see. Yeah, it's crazy to see some people say that. I lived through the Wii U era. We got nothing third-party wise on the Wii U. It was so sad. It was terrifying, man. It was sad. It was really bad, brother. It was really bad. There's a video that I want you guys to watch. It's from Andrew Eisen. It's like the only good video this dude made. What do I gotta get? I tell myself stop giving backhanded compliments to people. I'm stupid. I literally told myself, like when I do my meetings to myself, I say stop giving backhanded compliments to other content creators, to the people, and then I do it again. I'm stubborn and stupid. I'm sorry. Shout outs to Andrew Eisen. He made a video. Okay, he made a video, and it was a really good video on like Wii U games and like what was coming and what wasn't coming. I want to watch that with you guys to show you guys how desperate the situation was. So maybe in my video I'll talk about it, or maybe I'll do it in my video where I talk about it or where I go over it. But that video was really good. And even back then I tried to damage control. Like, wait a minute, there's some of these games. Nah, there is no damage control, bro. Everything was skipping. Everything was skipping. There were no new pass. There was nothing. Everything was skipping. So that was a problem. Shout outs to the cool guy. Pokemon account acknowledging and talking about Conquest. What a day. Pokemon Conquest. Hey, there you go. Let's go. This got released Wii U Part 5 yet? I don't think so. I haven't watched any of his parts yet though. Take it easy, Batson. All right, we'll see you guys back in a bit. Let's go. Rebirth has been really enjoyable on Switch 2. Feels a lot like these mini games were built for handheld play in mind. Hamaguchi is so goated. Yeah, shout outs to Hamaguchi. Maybe the Switch 3 Western devs will finally be day and day. I don't know if Switch 3... listen, guys, it's a changing landscape. I don't know what's going to happen in the next generation. Here's what I do know. PS6 and the next Xbox are screwed. They are not going to do well unless there is a drastic change in the economy, in the scope, unless everything gets way cheaper and all that. Bro, like, they're cooked. This might be, and I hate to be doom and gloom, but this is not good. This is not good. It is not good. People are dropping hardware left and right. So I don't know what they're gonna do. But right now, Microsoft and Sony have priced themselves right out of having a successful system. They finally got to the point where power to the point where they priced themselves right out of it, because the next Xbox and the PS6 are not viable systems price-wise. Even the PS5 right now at $600 is not viable. Yes, GTA is coming out, but at some point the GTA sales are going to slow down, and people aren't just going to buy the system for whatever. And Sony doesn't make games fast enough. Microsoft don't make games fast enough. I mean, even look at Gears of War. People aren't going to rush out there and buy it for Gears of War. Not like that. So they need to figure out something. They need to figure something out. I don't know what's happening. What's up, Burger? Hey, what's up, The Port, with another $5 dono? Those were tough times. Back then, Dreamcast guy said he had to sleep on the floor of another person's closet. That's true. He did have to say that. Make sure you guys let me know when the presentation is starting up so I don't yap my way out of it. All right, guys? Shout outs to my man, Deported Sicilian. Thank you for the $5 dono combo breaks. Noah and Mio in the house. I mean, it does look that way. Sony and they literally priced themselves out. The PS5 Pro is a perfect example of that. When the PS4 Pro came out, how much was that system? $399, right? Wasn't that a $400 system? When the PS5, and this is not, I mean, this is much later, but PS4 Pro came out when? 2018, something like that. 2018, and that system was $399. The PS5 Pro is $900. That is a double, and then like a 120% increase. That is a massive increase. Like, people could somewhat afford the PS4 Pro, and that didn't even do as well in relation. Let's see, let's watch it now. Maybe we'll watch that Andrew Eisen video after we're done with the presentation. We'll probably watch it after that, yeah. We'll watch it after that. So yeah, I think that's the problem right now, man. The problem right now is that they're pricing themselves right out of everything. So that's the thing. Wait a minute, is this only going to be in Japanese? Or is it going to be English subtitles? Yeah, those were tough times, man. Bro, PS6 and Helix shouldn't even be in the conversation until 2030. Let's keep it a buck. PS5 can last for another 5 years, diminishing returns. Yeah, I agree. I'm doing good, riders. Howdy, bro. GT6 is gonna have a lot of updates as well. Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure it is. Atlas West has it in English. They have it in English? Okay, what am I doing here on the Japanese channel then? I don't know why they only linked it in Japanese on the Gamatsu page. They usually link the English page. Yeah, Scott only released the last Wii U video. Okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. PlayStation 5 being $900 is absolutely ludicrous. Why does Nintendo get drop the price treatment, but while Sony doesn't? Because once again, that drop the price thing, that was a psyop. That was a sham, a fraud. That was bots and trolls. That was not actually like real gamers out there. That was a whole troll campaign. I'm almost positive that whole drop the price thing was a troll campaign from schizo PS5 guys and schizo Gaben Steam Deck lovers and all that. I don't think that was real actual fans. I don't think that. We also had a lot of people lying about the capabilities of the Switch 2. We had a lot of people saying that Switch 2 it's weaker than a Steam Deck, yet it costs more, you know. So I'll turn the volume back up once the show starts. So like, yeah, we had a lot of people lying and stuff like that, you know. So I think that's what that was. Sorry. All right. Let's see here. PlayStation fans wonder why. Oh yeah, RGT had that. Yo, Juice Man Vaughn, you're hilarious, bro. RGT had that poll about who's the worst fans. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, in a landslide, Sony fans won. The worst fans on Twitter. And then Juice Man Vaughn goes, yeah, I don't think that poll worked out the way RGT thought it was gonna work. I think low-key Sean thought it was going to be way more Nintendo fans saying Nintendo fans are trash. Oh my god, yo, that comment had me dying, bro. Because I think, listen, I mean, I'm pretty sure we knew that it was probably going to be Sony fans coming out on top, but the fact that that it wasn't as high as maybe some people were thinking, that's the funny thing. That comment had me dying, bro. I was just laughing. Straight up just laughing. Oh, man. Of course, PC fan base, they're not going to vote for themselves. People like the PC fan base. Oh, we got another 50 seconds or so. Okay, that's cool. Let's see. I was gonna mention it too. I was expecting PC fanbase to be the most annoying. Oh no, I knew it was gonna be PlayStation fanbase. I already knew it was gonna be PlayStation fanbase. That was already. But I didn't know it was gonna be a landslide. Like it ended up being like a landslide, like a crazy, like landslide, like by far. Out of all the votes, by far, it was it was what's it called? It was the PC, or sorry, it was the PS5 fan base by far. By the time that I mean, there's 8,000 plus votes, but like it was 50% plus for the PlayStation. Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Persona 4 Revival broadcast. This program introduces Persona 4 Revival, launching on February 18th, 2027, or P4R for short. But first, let's talk about the Persona series. Each title in the series is a standalone story with its own story and characters. Each can be enjoyed without needing to play in order. Persona 4 specifically is set in a quaint rural town. It boasts enduring popularity both domestically and internationally thanks to its catchy elements and pop atmosphere. The upcoming release of P4R is a full remake of the fan-favorite title, Persona 4. Whether you've played the original or not, we'll be sharing plenty of details about what makes P4R special, including its exciting new features. So be sure to stay with us until the very end. The game takes place in the rural Japanese town of Inaba. The protagonist, a teenager who has just moved to this peaceful
It
town,
would really show up here.
hears rumors of the urban legend known as the Midnight Channel.
You ever heard of the Midnight Channel?
They say that your soulmate will appear if you stare into a television set on a rainy night. The protagonist gets curious and investigates this rumor. He is pulled into a mysterious alternate world hidden inside it. There, he uncovers clues tied to the serial murders and encounters strange creatures known as shadows.
Been throwing people in here.
Hey.
It's becoming a huge problem.
They attack anyone who enters this other world. Cornered by a shadow, he awakens to the power within his heart, his persona. The protagonist then forms an investigation team, setting out to uncover the truth behind the serial murders and unravel the mysteries of the Midnight Channel.
Me too. Which means that we also gotta catch whoever's tossing people in here.
And so begins an unforgettable year filled with friendship, adventure, and mystery in a quiet country town. Let me introduce the members of the investigation team. First up is the protagonist. A sophomore in high school who, due to his parents' circumstances, has been sent to live with his uncle in Inaba. He's caught up in a series of mysterious murders and awakens to the power of his persona.
Big bro?
Yosuke Hanamura, the protagonist's classmate. Cheerful and reliable, he considers himself as the team's strategist. As the group's moonmaker, he helps steer discussions and piece together clues during their investigations.
Let's do everything we can, partner.
Chie Satonaka, an energetic girl who sits next to the protagonist. Friendly, passionate, and driven by a strong sense of justice, she loves kung fu movies and meat.
Excuse me? Another fried rice with extra meat,
Remind me
please?
not to stream one of these again.
Yukiko Amagi, the protagonist's classmate and Chia's childhood friend. She is the only daughter of a long-established inn and a standout figure at school. She's responsible, but she also has a bit of a spacey side and often leans on Chia for support.
I want to wear these instead. Look, I even get a nose guard.
In addition to the investigation team, you'll meet many other unique characters.
How do you take yours?
Perhaps I'll pluck that head right off.
One of them is the mysterious Marie. She may seem unfriendly and aloof, but in reality, she has a curious and outgoing personality. It seems she has some secret hobby she can't tell anyone about.
Just for people
I
who
need
haven't,
to spend youth,
don't know
though.
anything about
Don't you
Persona
have
4.
anything better to do?
Now that I'm getting
Just what kind of people will you meet, and what kind of relationships will
Like
you
I know that
build?
they're gonna
Enjoy
talk.
the personal stories that unfold in Inaba City.
They're gonna talk about new stuff, and I
guess
get
gotta go
that.
smack
But like,
these muggers around, huh?
you know, let's say okay, we got
During
the
his
game.
year
system.
in Inaba, the
Okay, here we go.
protagonist moves between two worlds, creating unforgettable memories while pursuing the truth behind the case. In the real world, he lives the life of a Japanese teenager. Daily life and encounters with people lead to the growth of both the protagonist and his persona.
Hey, I'm no man!
In the alternate world within the Midnight Channel, the investigation team uses personas strengthened by real-world experiences to battle shadows exploring and taking on the challenge of solving the case.
Let's beat 'em up!
Laugh at DSP instead.
Life as a teenager is full of new experiences and encounters. From school activities and events to after school, there are countless ways to spend your
They'll
time.
probably have the classic soundtrack too, right?
Studying, working part-time, hanging out with friends, or forming new relationships. Inaba's abundant nature also offers experiences unique to the town. By interacting and deepening your bonds with the townspeople, you can build your social links.
Yeah, of course it is.
As your bonds grow stronger, your persona abilities will improve. You'll acquire skills that give you advantages in battle, and your power to fight in this other world will grow.
Oh, by the way, I was thinking...
All voice acting in this title has been newly recorded, and not only the main story, each social link and new event will be fully voiced. We hope you enjoy the even more captivating encounters and daily life.
Tempted to make it my own.
As you gain more experience, the protagonist's social stats will be refined. Depending on these parameters, the part-time jobs you can take on and the range of social links you can have will vary. Who you meet and what you do, your choices will help the protagonist grow. The alternate worlds depicted on TV take on various forms. The shadows roam these realms. Your mission is to explore these worlds, battle the shadows, and rescue missing people.
You all came to rescue me?
If you attack when the shadow is off guard, you can start the battle with a preemptive strike and gain the upper hand.
Okay.
You can win this!
On the other hand, if you are attacked by a shadow, they will strike first, so you must be careful.
Aw, crap!
2 enemies! They're attacking us first!
A new guard action has been added in this game. You can guard against attacks and strike while the shadow is flinching, or avoid combat altogether. Use strategy to navigate this alternate world. Battles are turn-based command battles. If you hit a shadow's weak point, it will go down, and you can take another turn.
Let's see.
Persona. Furthermore, if you knock down all the shadows, you can initiate an all-out attack, dealing massive damage. In this game, new features have been added to this turn-based battle system, evolving into an even more exhilarating and intense battle experience. Use Send Flying on a shadow afflicted with a status ailment to spread that ailment to nearby enemies.
Blast off!
We're on a roll!
When battling multiple shadows, look for opportunities to knock them back and take them all down at once.
Woo! You sent him flying!
Coordinate with your team to chain knockbacks. Baton Pass makes it easier to team up with allies to take down enemies. Experience the thrill of coordinated teamwork by leveraging your team's unique strengths.
Here I go!
Charged up and ready to go!
When the gauge fills, unleash a powerful prime time, overwhelming enemies with a barrage of relentless attacks. During prime time, all skill costs drop to 0.
Oh,
You
what the
can
heck?
go on the offensive and overwhelm them without giving
Sorry about
them
that, guys.
a chance to fight back. Finish with a spectacular prime time finish to deal massive damage. Enjoy the thrill of wiping out your enemies. With new features added and battles powered up, be sure to give it a try. The power of the heart, Persona. The power you awaken by facing the shadow self you have repressed and finally accepted.
What to do?
Normally, each person can wield only one persona. But with a special ability known as Wild, the protagonist can freely switch between various personas. Each persona has its own unique skills and weaknesses. And by switching between them to match the characteristics of your shadow, you can gain the upper hand in battle.
Let's see.
Furthermore, as you fight more battles, your personas level up and learn new skills. Collecting and leveling personas expands your strategic options.
Jack Frost!
The Velvet Room is a special space accessible only to the protagonist.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Here, you can perform persona fusion to combine the protagonist's personas. Combine various personas through trial and error to create your very own ultimate persona.
Love the music in the Velvet Room.
Persona 4 Revival preserves the best of the original while adding new elements. For everyone watching this program, we present a message from the game's producer, Kazuhisa Wada.
Wada!
Hello. My name is Kazuhisa Wada, general producer of the Persona team. Persona 4 builds on a new direction established by Persona 3,
It's a remake. They
refining
already
it
said
into
this.
something with a completely different color. While the core gameplay systems are similar, it offers an experience that feels entirely distinct from Persona 3. The story follows a murder mystery unfolding in a quiet rural town, a premise that might sound heavy on its own. But paired with warm, endearing characters, the bonds they forge, a vibrant yellow color palette, and an upbeat, energetic soundtrack, Persona 4 becomes something truly one of a kind. A coming-of-age mystery unlike anything else. Even nearly 20 years later, it continues to be loved by audiences all around the world. That's exactly why we wanted to bring it to even more players using the expressive power and accessibility of the modern Persona series. At the same time, we aim to preserve the original experience while bringing the Persona 4 people remember back to life in an even more vivid way. With that vision, we began development on Persona 4 Revival. Throughout development, what we valued most was faithfully delivering the atmosphere players felt back then. The pastoral charm of the rural town of Inaba, the everyday conversations with friends, and the gradually unfolding mystery and human drama. All of these elements form the heart of the experience, and we've carefully reconstructed them down to the finest detail. At the same time, the gameplay itself has evolved significantly to meet modern standards. From UI improvements to more refined battle pacing and enhanced dungeon playability, we've focused on creating a smooth, stress-free experience. As a team, we are fully committed to delivering something that feels both nostalgic and new. In the Persona series, music has always played a vital role in shaping both the story and the overall gameplay experience. Persona 4 is no exception. Its soundtrack is an integral part of what makes the game so memorable. For this project, we refined all of the original tracks while preserving their core appeal. All vocal and battle tracks have been newly rearranged into full-length versions, with additional fine-tuning to better match the game's presentation and pacing. We've also created a number of brand new tracks, including the opening theme and battle music. We're confident that both newcomers experiencing Persona 4 for the first time and longtime fans of the series will find plenty to enjoy in the music. We'll be sharing more details about the soundtrack in the future, so please stay tuned. Persona 4 Revival is a title we can confidently recommend even to those who are new to the Persona series. At its core, the experience blends deepening bonds with friends in everyday life, with facing the extraordinary, all woven together with a compelling mystery. It's a combination that's easy for anyone to connect with and truly captures the essence of the series. The characters in particular feel incredibly vibrant and alive. It's genuinely a game everyone should experience at least once. At the same time, we've included plenty of elements that will feel fresh and surprising even for those who've already played Persona 4 or Persona 4 Golden. I've personally played the game many times and know it inside out, yet during testing, it still felt new. I even found myself genuinely enjoying it despite it being work, which is pretty rare. Of course, there's new content, but even beyond that, the enhancements and overall presentation bring a level of immersion that exceeded my expectations. I think players will come away feeling that it's familiar, yet new. We'd love for you to return to Inaba and experience that unforgettable year once again. Now let's take a look back at the key remake elements featured in this title. Please enjoy.
Guardian against shadows attacks the stun to take advantage of the preemptive strike. Oh, nice. Guard. Stun flank attacking enemies with the element to the chest spread it to other shadows. Nice. Nice little time pass during. Yeah, they did it. Okay, so they just brought that over from Persona 5 Royal. Yeah, work with the team to exploit enemy weakness team to upper hand.
About it.
Prime time gives you 3 turns on top of the beat and costs the skills to 0. All attacks for 5 pass for enemies resistance and deals more damage. Okay, nice. Extra little combat battle options, you know, from like P5 and other games. Prime time
I don't mean that in a jealous way or anything.
Fully voiced,
Well,
all
I was
voices
just
in the game
having
have
him
been
try my
recorded to
bento.
minor events.
Besides, I'm more the advisor type, you know?
Oh, you should make a flower too, big bro.
That's good.
Persona 4 Revival will be launching on February 18th, 2027.
Well, I'm totally in.
We hope you enjoy an irreplaceable year in a peaceful country town.
Yeah, there was no point in streaming that.
A limited physical collector's edition is available for pre-orders. Please check with retailers for more details.
There was zero reason to stream that. Like, there was zero reason. I should have known though. I should have known. I should have known. There was zero reason to stream that. Yeah, there was zero reason to. As for a remake, maybe if it was like a brand new game, like Persona 6, yeah. But like for Persona 4, not really. But not everybody's played Persona 4, so it's not like, you know, there aren't people who have like not already played it. But yeah, I mean, at least it was short. It was only 20 minutes long, so not a big deal there. Not a big deal at all there. But yeah, that was the show. That was the show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. What'd you guys think? Huh? How's the show? Great. A plus? Was that a great show or what? That a good show? I thought it was a good show. Show was fine. We can't give that a. You can't give that a grade. Come on, you can't, guys. Don't be serious. That does not get a grade. It was just a really long. It was just like an overview trailer. That's all that was. It was like a long overview trailer. That's a little too early for that. I don't know. I think I would have waited for something. I mean, maybe no. No. Maybe not. Maybe I don't wait for that. But I don't know. I don't know. As for Sleeping Pill, just announced that Sega Nintendo Switch 2 port version of Shinobi Art of Vengeance is coming September 24th. Yeah, I saw that already. That's cool. Kind of like Mario Kart World Direct. Yeah, but at least that's a new game. Like Mario Kart World's a new game for a new system. So it's like it's a new game for a new system. Whereas like this Persona 4, it's like a remake. It's like a pretty one-to-one remake for the most part. Of a game that they've already released multiple times now at this point too. So it's not like it's just like, oh, we're remaking it for the first time and like, but they've already re-released it a number of times. Even recently it's been re-released, like Persona 4 Golden. So it's like, I don't know. But yeah, there's still, I mean, the game comes out in more than half a year. So the game comes out in February of next year. So at least we have the Splatoon Raiders. I don't think, like I said, I'm not really checked in. Like, I'll watch the Splatoon Raiders Direct, but I'm not really looking. Like, even like when they showed Splatoon Raiders in the Nintendo Direct, I wasn't even really looking. And I don't really give it any points just because we've already seen it multiple times. Like, it's already been, it's a new game, which is good, but we've already seen it. Like, I don't want to spoil it anymore. So for me, at least, I'm already sold. So I don't really need to see a ton of new footage on Splatoon Raiders. Like, I know there's going to be a Direct coming up, but I don't think that we even need to see that much more. I know they haven't shown a ton of it, but they did play it at the Nintendo Treehouse. You know, I mean, yeah, you got to do your marketing. Like, you got to cross your T's and you got to dot your I's. There's a lot of games coming out, so I get it, you know. Like, I get showing it that many times, but yeah, I'm going to stream it, but I'm not going to, like, be watching. I want to shake your hand. So that's just with the $3 dono.
You should have already known better with Atlas.
I know.
Lol.
I know. And then Matthew with another $10 heater. And he says, just bought my first PS Vita to play the Golden One last time before the remake. The music sounded meh, but we'll see. Overall, the game does look nice. Oh yeah, the game looks nice. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't confuse me not being interested in watching with me not thinking the game's going to be good. I think the game's going to be really good. Like, I think the game is going to be really good. I just, you know, it's Persona 4. I don't want to be spoiled on anything, even though I've already seen the game. So there's no point. I mean, just, like, when it comes out, I'm going to pick it up. It's Persona 4, you know? I've already replayed this game. I bought it on the Switch 1. I bought it on the, I bought it on the PC. Obviously, PS Vita, a decade plus ago. But yeah, like, it looks good, though. It looks good. It looks like it's a one-to-one remake. Looks solid. They've already announced it. They already, we saw a little bit of it at the last Xbox show. So they showed it some more, and that's fine. And they'll probably show it some more in the future. But I won't stream the other ones. I won't stream the other ones. So, but no, it wasn't bad. Shout out to Matthew with another big $10 dono. We are Matthew bumping up the lead to 35. Anybody that's 35 or more, yo, the California Smash. 30 or more, you can put my man Matthew at the top of the board. Hey, yo. 84-2 combo breaks, guys. Let's go. Nintendo's pulling a Capcom with how much they're showing Splatoon Raiders. I don't know about Capcom. Capcom shows Splatoon Raiders, Capcom shows their games more than anything. I don't know about that. Because really, all they did was they announced the game last year on the Nintendo app. They didn't show anything, though. They barely showed anything. And then they waited all the way till this year. Because they announced that, I think, God, they announced that like right after the Switch 2 came out or so, not too much longer after. And then they only showed it one time. Then they waited. They didn't show it at all. They didn't show it at the Direct or anything. And then they showed it again. Oh, they had a trailer for it. They had a trailer just saying the release date. Like a 2-minute trailer. And then they showed it again at this Direct. They showed it again. So they've shown it 3 times. Then if you count the Treehouse, I know that's the same event, but let's just say 3 times. So then if you count like this, the Direct that's coming, that'll be the 4th time. So yeah, it's definitely more times. But yeah, they actually went dark on it for a hot minute. They left it for like, how many months? Because I think that was revealed in July of last year or August. So they left it for months. They didn't show anything on the game until, I think it was what, April? The end of April. They showed like a release date trailer. So there was a big time in between. I remember I bought secondhand copy of P4 on the Vita 2 years ago when it was at Yokohama, Japan. Nice. The Persona 6 got its own showcase. Would you stream it? Yeah, I already said that during the. I said if it's Persona 6, I'd stream it. Yeah, because that's a brand new game. Revealed in the long silence, then Blitz trailer Direct Treehouse. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, makes sense though. I mean, if the game is about to come out, I mean, this game is gonna be pretty big in Japan too, so makes sense. I get it. Like, Splatoon Raiders is probably gonna be a system seller in Japan. Like, it's probably gonna do a good job of bumping up the system sales back up to like 30, 40, 50, 60K in Japan. So there's a Splatoon Raiders bundle coming out too. So plus people were begging for more Splatoon Raiders information. I know Japan was for sure, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually legitimately excited for Splatoon Raiders. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I thought the music was fine. You know, I thought the music, it sounds like Persona 4, but obviously kind of remixed, remastered. So I thought it was fine. Remake, remaster, rebirth, revival, reimagining, reborn. There you go. You gotta have all the R's when it comes to the names. All different coming back names. I might imagine it might 70 to 80K week of release in Japan. Yeah, I mean it could be. It could be. We just gotta kind of see. Yeah, I'm thinking 70, maybe even more. Maybe even more. It just depends on how much. Like I said, the Switch 2 sold a lot of units before the price increase. They sold, you know, they were selling 200,000 plus a week. So a lot of people that were going to buy it within, you know, June, July, August, they just already bought it. Because it sold what it usually would take to sell like in a month or two. Or sorry, not in a two, in about in a month or so. They were able to sell that, you know, in a week. So, and what they usually sell within months, they were able to sell that within 1 month or 3 weeks plus from when the price increase was announced. So definitely kind of crazy. Remix, redone. Yeah, I'm sold too. I don't really need that much more information on the game or anything like that. I'm sold. So recooked. Do you think that they don't ever need to change the Persona gameplay formula, kind of like Pokemon? Well, Pokemon has, you know, Pokemon has obviously Legends, which that's also mainline Pokemon. So I don't really think that they need to change it. I mean, they did Persona 5 Scramble, but if anything, I think they should just kind of make like a Legends type thing, like the Legends to Persona. They don't have to change it like crazy, but they can just make like another sub main series like Pokemon did. Redundant, Revengeance, yeah, all the revenge, retold, remake, revelation, revival. I like how Metaphor was a little different. Yeah, Metaphor kind of mixed things up a bit because they did action RPG with, you know, turn-based, so that was good. Do you think they're gonna add another temple in Ocarina? They could add some extra content in there. It looks like it's going to be a full remake of the game. That's what it seems like. Some people are saying it's going to be 1-to-1, but I think it's going to be faithful, but I think there's going to be a lot of upgrades and additions and changes too. Let's see here. Speaking of sales in Japan, I'm definitely not surprised to see journalists ran with the Switch 2 sales take part in Japan due to price hike when most were real quiet with Japan sales. Yeah, it's stupid. Like I said, once again, once Splatoon and other games come out, it'll go right back up to where it was doing before the price increase. So yeah, that's dumb. Most of the people that wanted a Switch 2 bought one, so there's no point in really worrying about what journalists have to say here. We all know it's fraudulent. So yeah. Reignited. Ocarina of Time greater than Persona. I definitely like Ocarina of Time more than any Persona game. Definitely I like it more. I like SMT and Metaphor though more than I like Persona. So, you know, if there were one system that you want with continuous downfall, what would it be? Xbox or Steam Deck? Continuous downfall? I don't want any systems to do bad, but I mean, like, I don't mind seeing Steam Deck flip. I don't mind that. That system's $1,000 for that system, you know. 800, what was it? 700 something to $1,000 for that system. So I don't mind that, and also because of the stupid fans, like the stupid Steam Deck people, you know, the stupid PC people, you know, mainly Steam Deck people. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. Like one bit. I don't like them. So that's the thing that I would say. Never played SMT. Is it better? SMT is better if you don't like the calendar system. Like if you don't like dating and if you don't like the calendar system, and if you just like more of a traditionally structured JRPG, SMT is better, and that's how I am. I don't like restrictive calendar systems. I'm not a fan of, and I'm actually not even really a big fan of like dating in the confidant system. Like I'm a fan of it, but then I'm like, nah. I don't, but the thing that gets me the most, I don't mind confidants and all that. I don't like, oh, I do one thing with a confidant and then I take my whole day up, or I eat a burger, I take my whole day up. I'd rather just be able to eat a burger, go hang out with a confidant, you know, go do my part-time job, like do everything that I want to do. And I don't like the way that Persona kind of hamstrings you along, or hamstrung when you try to like level up, like power level, because like you have such limited magic points. So it's like, and you don't have a lot of things that recover the magic points. So like, I know that there's things to alleviate that in like, you know, certain, you know, in games, like certain stuff that you can do, but I'm not a fan of that either. So Persona to me is underneath SMT and definitely underneath Metaphor. Metaphor has done a bit better with how like you can like regenerate your magic points and things like that with certain skills. But yeah, I definitely like Metaphor, and I like SMT more. So. Oof. Oh man, you know I got on that dude's nerves, bro. You know he was mad. I know. You know he was mad, bro. When he saw that price, I was on his page, bro. I said, oh yeah, oof. Oh, you know that little punk, that little fraud was mad. You mad, huh, bro? You mad? Oh my gosh, get up off your knees, fam. You mad? I know you mad. How's that $1,000 Steam Deck treating you? You ain't suggesting that to people to buy that no more, huh? You ain't suggesting that no more, huh? Are you? Freaking fraud. Oh no, Alex. Oh no, bitch. What a fraud. You ain't suggesting that Steam Deck no more, are you? Lord and Savior Gaben. You mad, fam? You mad? You mad? Let's see here. I wonder if they will change up the Persona in 6 somewhat. Man, yo, Steam Deck's selling so bad, Gaben don't even care. People out here, he out here starving the Steam Deck ites. This man bought a $70 million mansion while y'all struggling. You got people can't even afford rent. Can't even afford a Steam Deck no more. This man said, you think I care that you can't afford a Steam Deck? You think I care? I couldn't that there wasn't a people wanted a Steam Deck and it wasn't available for months, and we just out of nowhere increased the price to $1,000. This man said, and that's you, brokey. That's you broke bums. That's what Gaben said. He don't care. You think Gaben cares? He don't care. That's what he said. You brokies. You ain't got $1,000. Oh well. I got 70 million. I got my yacht. I got here. Pay up. You want a Steam Deck? Pay up. Oh, man, bruh. He's your friend, bruh. He's your friend. Remember, he said $70 million mansion, bruh. He don't care. He don't care that his Steam Deck ain't affordable. This man said, I'm buying a mansion. He's like, you guys are the ones broke, not me. Blew a hole through your not greedy thing. Blew a whole hole through the whole Gaben cares about everybody, huh? Yeah, you don't care that much. You don't care that much. Let's see here. Legend has it, the Steam Deck fanboys like, oh no, Alex, still die on that. Steam Deck is better than Switch 2 Hill. They tried, bruh. They tried. Remember when they were putting out so many false and fake information last year? They really tried, bruh. They really tried. That was the funniest thing about it. I'm still available, though. For any of you Steam Deck people out there, I'm still available for a debate. Y'all let me know. I'm still available. I am email PlayerEssence30@gmail. Any content creators, especially those of the 100K variety or more, that take fake supplements and fake creatine, fake tough guys, I'm available for a debate on the Steam Deck, Switch 2 sales, games, business practices. I'm available. A cordial debate. No name calling or nothing. I'm available. So, you know, we don't gotta do all night streams on someone. You can come talk to me. I don't bite. I don't bite. I'm available though. Y'all broke. I'm up, says that's pretty much. This man said, man, y'all broke. Y'all think, who cares if the Steam Deck ain't affordable? Y'all the ones who broke. I got a $70 million mansion. Y'all broke, not me. He said, I can afford a Steam Deck. I can afford 70,000 of them. That's how much a Steam, that's how many Steam Decks like that you would need to pay for like the $70 million house. Like 70,000 Steam Decks. Oh man. Actually, no, you need more than that. So considering how much Gabe's new mansion is, where it's located, I just say I'm not surprised. Yeah. No, I don't actually. To keep it a buck though, man. Hey, look, everybody work hard for what they got, right? Gaben's put in the work, so he's, you know, he makes the money. He puts in the work. He was able to build his business. His business is still private. I mean, if he went public, he'd probably be a gazillionaire right now. But I mean, he built his, like, to be on the real here, you know, no joking around. Gaben built his business up. He got what he got because he worked hard for it, and he was able to do what he did. So I'm not trying to downplay that or anything. What I'm making fun of is all these freaking Gaben worshipers that sit there and act like he hasn't got any type of emodium of greed in him at all, that there ain't nothing that he does when it comes to greed, when everybody, like I said, and they'll talk about Nintendo being the most greedy thing ever and all that. Nobody at Nintendo got a $70 million house. The only person that's as rich as Gaben was Yamauchi. But that's because that was Yamauchi's, like, you know, that was like the bloodline. That was like his family started Nintendo. So of course he had all the stocks and all that. So when he left Nintendo, yeah, he cashed out and he was rich as hell. You know, and even while he was at Nintendo, obviously he made a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there was that. But after that, they put a strict cap on how much you can make. Like Nintendo's president don't got $70 million. I mean, he's rich. Obviously Furukawa's rich, but he don't got $70 million. Owada did not have $70 million. Nobody makes that type of money to do all that. Like, they don't make the type of money that that Gaben makes, or these people from even other executives make. So Nintendo's the most greediest thing. Where's the greed going to? Usually greed, you see it in material possessions. You see it in yachts, in boats, in cars, and in all these different things. We know Nintendo's salary for their developers. We know it's around $60,000, upwards of $80,000 to $90,000 for their employees. Their executives make couple $100,000 up to about $1 million for the highest level executives at Nintendo's Japan office. In here in the US, I mean, I think Reggie was making a bit over $1 million, something like that, with bonuses. Like, he has to hit his bonuses, he makes that. So it's not like guys were making crazy amounts of money. So where's all the greed at? Where's all that money going to?
What little Steam Deck sales he gets for toilet paper and toothpaste, the expensive kind with the bear and the tooth on it.
Yo, shout outs, thank you Justin with the 3. Appreciate that. Shout outs to Killer J. Thank you for the 2. Says, yo, you see Xenoblade? I know. Did you see Xenoblade? Did you see Xenoblade? Yo, did you see Xenoblade? Yo, thanks, Killer J. I appreciate you, fam. So, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Says, yeah, like lying about game key cards, C, GameCube button controller, Switch to NSO, etc. So many deliberate lies they make to SmackDown, Switch 2, and Steam Deck fanboys, but failed. Yeah, they failed spectacularly, expeditiously. They failed so hard, man. Like, it's like in the history books. They're gonna write about this in the history books. Remember when the Steam Deck schizos lied so bad that they got ratioed to death on Twitter and they ran scared from debates? Remember that? They ran scared. They ran scared with their tail tucked between their legs. Remember that? They're going to write about it in the history books. I'm telling you, man. Worldwide. Oh, man. Let's see here. Gabe gets all the food brought to him. Oh, yeah. You know he's got personal chefs and he's got all that. Confirm me if I'm wrong. Your category says just climb and kiss you. Oh, just climb? I thought I was supposed to say just chatting. Oh, just climb. All right. Maybe that's why there's nobody here. From Twitch side. It's just chatting, not just climb. Hold up. Let me see here. No, not just chatting. All right. That's what I wanted to do. Just chatting, not just climb. All right. There we go. Thank you for letting me know about that. Hey, what's up, Jazzy? Welcome. Shout outs to Killer J though. I appreciate you. We climbing? No, we're not climbing. I'm staying. I'm boots and ground for me. Yo, Septim, thank you for that. Yo, Vito, shout outs, brother. Oh yeah, guys, if you didn't hear about it, Grand Theft Auto digital sales I think start next week. So pre-orders start next week. So there you go. It is locked in, set, ready to go for this year. No delays. Let's see here. If Nintendo knows anything by now, it's just how to budget their projects to not go overboard like some. Yeah. I'm here, Ninja, watching the YouTube stream instead. Hey, shout outs to Yoshi Egg. Appreciate you, fam. What if GTA 6 is a game key disc? How will the media and gamers respond? They don't care. Most people are going to buy GTA 6 digital. So yeah, most people are going to buy GTA 6 digital, so they don't, if it's a game key disc, they don't care if it's a game key disc or not. That doesn't matter. That does not matter at all. I doubt people care. It's whatever. Yeah, people do not care. Hey, what's up, Felipe? They put a new trailer out for the box art. Come on. Well, I think they also showed like a zoomed out view of like the city, like panning the city, you know. So they also showed that. But yeah, like I think they're gonna have a blowout of information later. Probably like a new trailer. Maybe next week we might get a new trailer, like with the pre-order. We might get a new trailer next week. So. Well, GTA does have a single player component. Like it's got GTA and GTA Online. GTA Online separate from GTA. So GTA Online's like a whole separate thing. So it does got a single player thing, but yeah, a lot of people do like the multiplayer in GTA Online. Hope the next trailer drops, Nintendo can announce something afterwards. Nintendo's not announcing anything afterwards. No, we just got a Nintendo Direct. Yo, shout outs to Yoshi with the 2. It says, told you. Hey, shout outs Yoshi. But what'd you tell me about? I don't know what you told me about. Yo, we at 93 on the board. We are 7 combos away from that platinum extension. Let's go. I'm wondering if GTA is $70 if they have pre-orders next week, but no price yet. It's crazy that they would announce pre-orders are coming next week and no price. So we'll see what the price is going to be. It doesn't really matter what the price is going to be, though. It can be $70. It can be $80. It can be $100. It can be $150 and people would still buy it. It would still sell just as much. It doesn't matter what the price is. Well, I don't know about $150, but yeah. Let's see here. Kiwi said that they didn't reveal info because they're waiting for GTA info to drop. What about Zelda? Nah, they have their own Zelda 40th anniversary thing set. So, the gator on the box art better be vital to the character, to the story. You didn't see like the in one of the trailers where they show like the gator in the trailer. Did they already show like the gator? It's Florida, so it's like, you know, you gotta have a gator. Are there any special edition pre-orders I might get? Fire Emblem is the one that I've pre-ordered. I pre-ordered that one. Black Ops 1 and 2 collection getting announced with all content packed in is pretty hype, not gonna lie. Yeah, there ain't nothing hype about that, man. But I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I keep it real with you, fam. Yeah, there ain't nothing. I mean, it's hype for, obviously it's hype for some people. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, yeah, that's not hype to me, bro. That ain't Call of Duty. Nah, every year that we get Call of Duty every year. That ain't hype no more, man. That ain't hype no more. Let's see here, Justin with another 3.
Kiwi really thinks the gaming world revolves around GTA 6, huh?
Hey, look, GTA is gonna be big though. Like, I see where he's coming from. Like, it's gonna be huge. GTA is gonna be a huge deal. So there you go. Don't know, people are all excited for GTA 6 Grand Theft Auto. You played one, you played them all. I mean, I think GTA 6 is gonna be pretty crazy. I think it's going to be like, you know, obviously technologically insane, but I definitely think that it's going to be, you know, like, I think it's going to be fun. I think people are going to really enjoy it. Did you know people were calling GTA 6 previous cover AI because the palm trees had the stems missing? No, and I don't care. Looking back, what was the worst thing lie you ever saw when it comes to Nintendo Switch 2? For me, it was definitely 90 USD price tag game key lie situation. The worst lie? Oh man, I mean, I don't know. It could have been that. I mean, it could have been like game key card lies, you know, some stuff with game key cards. Yeah, like stuff like that, yeah. GTA being only on consoles is pretty good in my opinion. Great signs of optimization. Yeah, I mean, they could have had it on PC if they wanted to, but they just didn't want to. So there is no epic battle between GTA and Ocarina of Time. People are acting insane. I don't know why people are trying to pit those two against each other. GTA is obviously going to sell way more, but there's going to be a lot of people that are going to play Ocarina of Time too, but there's no shot that Ocarina of Time. I mean, it's on a much smaller install base. GTA's, like, people have been waiting for GTA for like 12, 13 years. There is no battle. Yeah, COD campaigns ain't been anything like the earlier ones. Not for everyone, but if they announce that Switch 2, I'm picking it up. I'm gonna pick up GTA on PS5, but like on PS5 Pro. But yeah, like if they put it on Switch 2, I'll check it out. I'll see how that version is. So yeah. Let's see here. I dislike COD single player, pointless zombies, then multiplayer. Eric is spamming emotes. But for Grand Theft Auto 6, I enjoy single player, multiplayer. The game's not for me. Okay. GTA GTA is going to be on 150 million install base plus 21 million for Ocarina of Time. In comparison, even, well, it's not 21 million. I mean, Ocarina of Time doesn't come out to the end of the year, so it's going to be well above 21 million. They're already at 21 million now. But yeah, it's going to be more like probably like around 30 million. Because of Ocarina of Time is going to sell a lot of systems. So it's probably going to be like, definitely going to be 25 million plus, 30 million, definitely. Like by the time that the holidays are done, it'll make 30 million. But yeah, we'll see. Yo, Shinru with the Jiao Jiao. Let's go.
Here's to JoJo Friday Eve. Lol. How are you ninjas tonight? I got my Steam controller in the other day. Pretty good for the price, but I kinda like the 8-bit Duke controllers better overall. Take care, ninjas, and see y'all tomorrow.
Yo, shout outs to Shinru, but yeah, I don't know, man. This 8-bit controller is better. I don't know what that Timital hat controller is. You know, those big old, like you're pulling your pants up, that Steam Deck controller. I don't know. People think it's the greatest controller ever, I guess, for the price. I get it, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad that you like the controller. This man out here buying more controllers than games. No, I'm joking, Shinru. I'm joking. Yeah, 8-bit controller is awesome, man. I love the 8-bit controller. I love the Switch 2 Pro controller. I love the 8-bit controller. I think both of those controllers are really good. And the, what's it called? The Steam controller is good too, from what I've seen. I just don't like the trackpads on there. I'm not a trackpad fan. But outside of that, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I'm glad that you think it's good. I'm glad you feel like it's quality and it's worth it. If you're on PC a lot, then yeah, Steam controller is definitely a good controller to have. You know, it's definitely a good controller. It's definitely a good controller. But yeah, I'm not buying a gaming controller. I'm not buying the gaming controller. So, but yeah, Shinru, I know you're on PC a lot, so that's good. PC's great, man. PC's great. Let's go. Even further than beyond, and let's also hit that limit break. Hey yo. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate that. 106 on the board. We are going. Even further beyond. Oh yeah, there's Steam Deck schizos. We're holding that Steam Deck is more powerful than Switch 2 lie. Yeah, that's probably a pretty big lie too. That was a lie as well. So I don't know, people don't get Nintendo seen as the future hybrid console. That's why Sony's working on a handheld now. I don't know if that Sony handheld's even going to come out. I'll be honest. I think they're probably rethinking things right now. Based on the component cost, that Sony handheld's going to cost $1,000. Pretty good price. It's $100 USD. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Does Atlas have a problem with Nintendo, or why is Switch 2 released the same day as Persona 4 and 6? Because the Switch 2 is new. They're still developing the game, so they're not going to be able to have the game ready right away because they can't just press a port button, boo-boo. And I don't know why people don't realize this. I don't understand why, like, we do this every single time, and I don't get it. This happened with the Switch 1, now this happened with the Switch 2. Like, I don't understand why people don't realize that you can't just press a button and the game's going to be ready no matter what. Every development team is different, every staff is different. If they're already working on the game and the Switch 2 comes out of nowhere, they still need to finish the game. They might not have the resources or the time to be able to get the Switch 2 version up to date because it's different specs, different architecture. So they might get it day and day, they might not, but they don't have a problem. Nintendo released the Switch 2 in the middle of development. They got development kits in the middle of development. So that's harder to get the game done on time. Now, if the Switch 2 was out years prior, then yeah, they probably could have had it done day and day, but it's not. It came out in the middle of it, and they were still releasing updates to the firmware and to the hardware and what they're going to do. Persona 3 Reload came out last year and it was not ready. They had issues. They needed more time. They still need to get out Metaphor. They still need to get out other games. So they don't have any problem, guys. Like, developer does not have any problem because you didn't get it day and date because Nintendo released the system halfway or more than halfway into the current generation. That's not how it works. I don't understand why I have to answer these questions. Atlas, they put Persona 5 on the Switch 1. They put Metaphor on Switch 2. They put Persona on Switch 2. They're supporting it. Why do we got to answer for Atlas? I don't get it. I get it for like Western third parties that aren't putting stuff out on there, but why are we answering for Atlas? Yes, they'll put it out. They don't have a problem. It's a new system. I don't understand that. I don't understand why people don't understand that. Like, I get it, like I said, for certain Western companies, I get that, but I don't get it for Atlas. They're putting out stuff. I don't get it. Let's see here. The latest direct was the biggest slap to DF. You have no idea. Why do you mean that? Adam Carson, what's up, Adam Carson? Welcome. Let's see here. I think it's Novus after seeing Square, Capcom, and Koei confirmed pretty much everything for Switch 2. People are wondering why Atlas isn't the same. Games with simpler visuals. Atlas, it's not about visuals. It's about resources and development teams. It's all about that.
Feels like 2013 all over again. We got Black Flag Remake and new GTA, and they are porting Black Ops 1 and 2, the best COD games of all time, to the PS5. Party man, we back. Time for 10th Prestige.
Yo, shout outs. Thank you for the $3, Nick. I appreciate it. I get what some people are coming from, but that doesn't mean they hate you or they hate Nintendo because they don't have the same resources or they don't have the same development in terms of how they work with their games as Square and other things. I don't mind you saying, oh, I wish it was day and date. That's fine. But saying, oh, they have a problem. Oh, they don't like Nintendo. Like, that type of stuff is where I say that's stupid. Why would they do that? Why would they not like Nintendo? Because you didn't get something day and date in a system that was released in the middle of the life cycle? That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's weird. You know, that's weird. Because they're putting out games on there. They put out Persona 3. It wasn't ready. It launched. It still wasn't. Did they launch Persona 3 bad because they hate Nintendo? If they hate Nintendo, why'd they even launch Persona 3? Why did they announce Metaphor? Why are they going to probably announce, like, that's what I don't understand. I don't understand that aspect. If you want it day and date, I get that. But I don't get they hate them. Do they have a problem with them? No, they don't. They don't. They clearly don't. No, they don't. That's the thing that I don't understand. Like, that comes off as, to me at least, that comes off as being just like whiny. Like, I get it. If you want it day and date, I get that. But then trying to make it seem as if there's some type of beef or some type of like, oh, they have a problem with them because you didn't get what you wanted. That's when I'm like, ugh, I get a little like tilted when people do that. You know, it's silly. They'll bring it when they can. They're still getting the game ready. They want to get it going. It's been in development for years. When it's ready, they'll release it. They'll announce it when it's ready. People were doing the same thing with Persona 3 Reload. Y'all did the same exact thing. It was announced. Oh, where's the Switch 1 version? Do they hate Nintendo? And then it comes out on Switch 2. Oh, well, why isn't it better? Like, I get it. But they don't hate them because of it. That's what I'm like, the conspiracy theory stuff is what I'm making fun of right now. Not because you want it or because you want it, but it's because you think that there's some type of conspiracy against Nintendo. That's silly. That's silly. Shout outs to Dean with the $1 dono. And he says, "Hey OJ, that people are calling GTA 6 the game of the year without playing, seeing the game in action, or knowing anything about it tells you everything you need to know about the Game of the Year awards." Well, yeah, I called it Game of the Year as well before even seeing it, because I already know, because GTA 6 is probably going to control and play a lot better than GTA 5. And GTA 5 was consensus for the most part, right? Like Game of the Year or right up there. And that game played like absolute dog water. And it ran at like 20 frames per second. And that was like Game of the Year for everybody. GTA 4 also ran at absolute dog water and played like absolute trash and controlled like trash. And that was also, oh my gosh, greatest game 98. Like, so, you know, so since those play like trash, run bad, and were like highest rated games, of course, GTA 6, that's going to run a lot better. The default system is going to be PS5. Everyone's going to play it on, like the reviews are all going to play it on PS5 Pro. You know, and they're going to play it in the best quality, probably the best controls, best quality, best gameplay at launch GTA's had in the HD era. So yeah, that's why we're already saying it's Game of the Year, because they were giving GTA 4 that trash Game of the Year, greatest game ever. Like, so of course people are already saying that with this one. GTA 4 sucks. I'll just go ahead and say it. It sucks. Now, if you play it on PC, or if you play it with better frame rate or better response time, but on PlayStation 5, it was laggy. Even back in 2008, it was laggy. It controlled like trash. It was, in my opinion, just me personally, insanely overrated. Basically, the graphics were good. Like, it was just, graphics were really good, but the gameplay was terrible. The input delay was terrible. The response time was terrible. But it's GTA. That game got one of the highest grades of ever and got Game of the Year everywhere. So of course this one's probably gonna play way better than the old GTAs, than like GTA 5 and GTA 4. So yeah, that's why I'm saying it's already gonna be Game of the Year, because they were giving it to freaking GTA 4. That game plays like garbage, at least at launch. Now, I don't, like I said, I don't know about PC release and all that, but yeah. DF Switch 2 videos are focused on how bad it is versus Steam Deck, and it's all around PS4, and said Dogma 2, Warhammer, Monster Hunter Wilds will never go to Switch 2, which is why this direct slapped them. Oh, I see. Yeah. Did they say that those games would never go to Switch 2? Oh man, I didn't know that they said those games would never go to Switch 2. The PS4 and Xbox One versions of GTA 5 played just fine to me. Online played like trash though. Yeah, well, I'm talking about at launch, so when it got reviews. So when GTA 5 got reviewed, there was no PS4, right, or PS5. I think it launched in 2013. So there was no PS4 and PS5 versions out. I think those came out in 2015. So I think those came out a couple years later, or like a bit after the PS3 version, right? So I'm talking about the reviews for the PS3 version and the Xbox 360 version at launch. And obviously GTA 4, that was just PS3 360. OJ, do you think Mario has any chance for 2027 Game of the Year, Keelys? Yeah, it does. Yeah, right now Game of the Year is open for next year. I mean, there's Final Fantasy 7, but yeah, right now it's open. But yeah, Mario has a chance.
I messaged you something on X. Lol,
okay,
rolling on the floor laughing.
I'll check it out. Thank you for the 3, Justin. I appreciate that. Let's go. 112 on the board. Message me something. Was it the whole situation about the 2 colors thing that you're talking about? The 2 colors for the Bandai Namco thing, or for the My Hero situation? Right now, there's only one studio that's going to win Game of the Year, and that's Rockstar is going to win Game of the Year. It's going to be them. I mean, there's a chance for Wolverine, but we'll see. So we'll see. Let's see here. How someone clip say it on DF, show the announcements for each game coming to Switch 2. Someone clip them. I need to see it. Maybe somebody can send me that. I haven't seen it. Hello, what up, Mac? Welcome to the stream over there on Twitch. Yes, they made the simulations on Steam Deck, and Dogma 2 was running worse than Xenoblade 1 on the 3DS. They said they'll never see the game on Switch 2. Yo, Elias, can you find that clip for me? Find that clip for me, and I'll talk about it in a video or a short or something like that. Find that clip for me if you can. I remember those stupid simulations, though. I'm like, why y'all doing simulations of PC hardware? Y'all know PC hardware and customized special hardware with NVIDIA's, you know, API. You know, y'all know that's different, right? And which I think they did say that, but I don't know why they put so much. I think they were said, like, when somebody asked them a question like, okay, you guys were wrong. You know, like, you know, do you guys like want to revisit that? They're like, oh yeah, we were wrong, but you know, at the time when we were doing, I'm like, those stupid simulations don't matter. Like those don't matter at all. I don't know why they thought that was important. So, Rockstar makes peak. Let's be honest. Red Dead 2 was the last game they made, and the game still holds up today visually and gameplay wise. Gameplay? Visually, I agree. Gameplay laggy as hell. No, the What the F game has not been announced. Justin with another 3 as well.
X messages is being weird.
What? Oh, sent the Discord on X messages is being weird. Okay, sent on Discord. Okay, I got you. I'll open up my Discord then. Thank you for another 3, Justin. I appreciate that. 115 on the board. Yo, we are out here. Oh yeah. Yo, the pull up your pants. Okay, yo, we gotta show this one. The pull up your pants Steam Deck control. Timid, pull the pants up. Like you pulling up your pants all the way up to the top. The high waters. That's what we used to call them back in the day. The high waters, fam. Who made that? Did you make that right away? That's a pretty high quality render. We're doing that so quick. Boom, hit him with the platinum. OJ, GTA 6 has to be the What the F game. Nintendo will get its own separate reveal. No, GTA 6 was not on his list for the What the F game. So no, it's not GTA 6. Nintendo's not getting GTA 6, at least not this year, I don't think. So, I mean, we'll see, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. But don't get me wrong. Like, I know Red Dead, people talk about how great that game is and how fun it is and all that, man, but I don't know, those controls, brother, those controls are just, that input delay, Rockstar's input delay on controls is just crazy. But I know it's a good game though. I know it's a good game. I know it holds up. A lot of people still like it. It's still really good. Rockstar's, they're a master of their craft of like those type of things, you know. They do that type of stuff really well, you know. So they do that stuff really well. So, they do that stuff super well. My bad, chat. I thought it was JoJo. Hey, shout outs, man. No, it's all good. Yo, what up, Dan Dips? You think Nintendo is ballsy enough to drop Ocarina of Time the same week as GTA? Nah. They're not going to drop it the same week as GTA. That's stupid. There's no need to do all that. Why would you drop it the same week as GTA? What's the point of doing that the same week as GTA? Yo! Verkster! With a huge dodo! And he goes, I spent the past week scrambling my brain with how to afford all these new Switch 2 games, and the only conclusion I've come to is that I have to get rid of all my money so I can't buy anything at all. Well, I mean, I hope you have some left over from the 200 Aussie that you gave here. Let's go, man. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the big 200 Aussies. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how much that is. I'll convert it. You guys give some love. And Barkster, we gotta do the whole freaking Warframe thing. We gotta get that set up. So I'm gonna send you you got into the Discord, right? So I'm gonna send you a DM, or I'm gonna send you a I'm gonna send you a post on Twitter, or sorry, an email, so we can check that. We can link up on Discord. Send me your Discord name if you haven't already sent it. Send me that. Just bump me on my email, so then we can get that set up. So we can do like the whole Warframe thing. We got to get that set up. That's got to be next week. We got to get that going next week. So we got to pick a day, and we got to get that going for next week. We got to do that. It's been a hot minute for that one. So, we got to get that one going. Shout outs to my man, Buckster. Yo, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you for the big 200 Aussies. Yo, that's incredibly nice of you. Super, 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 super nice of you, man. Super, super, super nice of you. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Like always. But let's get that set up. I'm gonna send you an email again. So let's get that set up, brother. Let's get that set up. Barkster down to do Hulk Hogan Stream Ninja. Anybody does 140 or more? Shout out to Barkster. 140. Oh my goodness. Hey, what's up, Phil? One Up collects. I like the Smash poster, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. I bought it at a gas station. Like in 2023, or no, wait. Yeah, I bought it at a gas station in 2023. Randomly, I saw it at like a gas station, and I was like, wow, look at these posters. I actually bought a bunch of the posters. Well, not all these posters, but I bought a bunch of different posters at the gas station. They just had and it was like, it was so unique. It was just this, like this gas station. It was like a specific gas station. Like the other chains did not have it. It was only this one gas station that had the posters. So when I saw it, they were like $5 each. So I was just like, all right. So I just bought a bunch of them. I didn't really use any of them, but I used this one. Yeah, W gas station. Barkster! Thank you for the 140, man. I appreciate that. You are out here. Let's go. Hey, what's up, S Browning? Welcome. I think Hood Jones asked me about Xenoblade Genesis moving away from the sci-fi worlds of Xenoblade Chronicles games. It makes sense, man. They've already completed and wrapped up the story for Xenoblade Chronicles. It's called Genesis, so it's probably the very beginning of the Xenoblade world or universe or whatever Xenoblade is, because it's called Genesis. So, you know, obviously, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about on that one. So it's fine. I have no problem with them moving towards fantasy. Plus, they kind of already let it be known that it was their Project Fantasy game or whatever, or their Project Fantasy game. This is the game that was it, based off of some of the leaks or the little thing that came up in the direct, and what some of the sleuths that found it during the trailer for the game. So it did come up that this was their fantasy project. So I have no problem with that, man. It's time for something new. It's time for something different. We've got multiple sci-fi games, 4 separate sci-fi games. It's time for something a bit more fantasy. I like it, man. I like it. I'm ready. I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for something different. But it's Monolith Soft. You trust Monolith Soft. You always, they've never missed to me. Monolith Soft does not miss, in my opinion. At least not with Nintendo. They've missed kind of other times, but they don't miss very often. I can tell you that, man. So I'm trusting them on this one. I think it's going to be a really good game. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And just from the start, visually, from the start, it looks great, man. It looks really, really, really good visually. So we're already off to a good start from the beginning, you know? We're already off to a good start. So, you know. I still hope we get a new IP. I don't think we're going to be getting a new IP anytime soon. This is the new IP. And I told you guys this. I said, guys, people said, oh, this could be their new IP. I'm like, guys, it probably could just be called Xeno. I literally said Xeno something else. I go back, watch my videos. I said they can drop the Chronicles, and I said it can be called Xeno something else. Xenoblade something. Xenoblade or Xeno something else. And that's exactly what they did. This is the new IP. I don't think it's going to play like Xenoblade. Like, I don't think it's going to play like Xenoblade. Obviously, it doesn't look exactly like Xenoblade. I mean, there's some character similarities, but, like, the style of the game is different. Like, the art, you know? And, like, obviously, it's not sci-fi world. It's more fantasy now, you know? So, this is the new IP. This is it. This is the new IP, bruh. You think you'll be able to fly that dragon? Maybe. We'll see. Do you think that they're hiding something with the setting? They could be. That could be the fantasy setting. Then all of a sudden you break out of that shell and there's some crazy aliens that invade or something. Who knows? So let's see. You're disappointed they didn't go with Xenogun. I know Xeno, but that's already Xeno Saga. They already have Xenogun. Cosmos should be blasting people. Big love to Varkster though. Varkster, we got, like I said, we got to get that. What's it called? We got to get that. We got to get that Warframe stream going, man. We're gonna go further than Beyond too. We're going further than Beyond. Yeah, action RPG or I mean, it's gonna be one of the two. It's either gonna be an action RPG or it's gonna be a turn-based RPG. So it will be one of the two. I'm leaning more towards action RPG with ATB elements. So I'm leaning more towards that. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm leaning more towards like skills filling up. I think they want to simplify the UI. I don't think they want to have a complicated UI. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's probably gonna be complicated, but I think they want to simplify it more. They want to go back to the basics, right? Like a fantasy setting, you're not gonna have all these different skills. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of skills that you can do, but I don't think they're gonna have it to like where you're transforming like Uroburos and all the stuff that they did, like such complex mechanics on top of mechanics. I think they're gonna go back to the basics and then flesh out those basics, kind of like Xenoblade 1 a little bit, you know? Will we ever get a Xenoblade X, ever get a sequel? I mean, probably not, because if you've played the prologue or I mean, it doesn't really need one. They wrap it all up there. So like Xenoblade 3, Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade 1, Xenoblade X, those are all wrapped up. Like everything is wrapped up. The fate of all the characters is pretty much confirmed. Like, you know what happens to everybody in that world for the most part. Not everything. There's still some unanswered questions. But you pretty much get closure for everybody and everything in Xenoblade. So, I mean, I don't know if they ever need to go back and make a sequel. I mean, they could, but I'm not sure if they will. Let's see here. Too much I never cared for auto combat in Xenoblade. Felt too much like FF12, make it feel like an MMO. I think that the auto combat in Xenoblade, it makes sense because of how much the damage scaling is. If you made it to where you press the button every time, you get tired of it. Just feel like you're mashing buttons, or they'd have to dramatically change the battle system. The battle system would not work because you can do so much damage in Xenoblade. So they'd have to completely change the battle system. If they took out auto battling, like you pressing the button every time, it would just take forever for the battles, or you just get tired of just mashing the button. It'd end up like Tails, which nothing wrong with Tails. Tails is fine, but Tails' battle system is very different from Xeno. Xenoblade has it to where it's like, obviously the enemies have crazy amounts of HP and you have to do crazy amounts of hits to a lot of enemies, you know? So I think that having it to where it wasn't, you'd probably get tired of it. And really, Xenoblade's battle system, it tells you more to focus on when your skills line up, like your arts, and then also focus on your positioning. You don't have to focus on pressing the button, pressing the A button or pressing the X button every single time, like with a regular attack. You can just focus on positioning and you can focus on when your skills build up. So at first, I didn't get it either. I was like, oh, I don't know if I like this. But then when you actually really understand Xenoblade content, you're like, oh, okay, that actually makes sense. Otherwise, I'm just going to be sitting here mashing the X button 24/7 with this combat system. Now, they would have to adjust it a lot. But I get why they went with what they went with, considering the amount of HP enemies have and the type of skills that are available to you, you know? Let's see here. OJ, Xenoblade X kind of fixes the auto battling for me. Introduced the quick cooldown. Hopefully that's brought over for Genesis. Well, we don't know if it's going to have the same battle system. So that the quick cooldown works for that battle system. But the battle system might be completely different. They might do the damage scaling differently to where it's an action RPG with skill cooldowns and like you do a lot more per hit, or enemies have way less HP. So it's not more of like damage sponge enemies. I mean, once again, we don't know. So like I said, guys, battle systems are adapted to how the developers want to make the battle system. So if they want to have enemies that have crazy amounts of HP, then obviously auto attacking and quick cooldowns and all that works. If you want to do it to where HP is a bit lower and maybe you hit a bit harder, like a Dragon Quest, for example, where you don't do as much damage as in like Xenoblade, but obviously enemies have way less, you know, HP and things like that. Enemies aren't as big of sponges like in a Dragon Quest game, for example. So like it's always it's gonna be based on how they want to do like the skills and all that. There's not any set like, oh, I wish it's like this. We gotta see how it is first, you know. Will this game get DLC, bro? We haven't even, the game ain't even out yet. we don't got any information on it. We gotta wait and see. But I mean, like every Xenoblade game has gotten DLC in some form, some way, some form, some shape. So, I mean, it makes sense. I prefer Xenoblade battle system. It makes it more like a turn-based system with auto battle. Hack and slash will be too tiring for gaming. That's what I'm saying. Like they'd have to adjust how much you do, how much damage you do, and how much enemies are. But currently, how Xenoblade's constructed, it would be too tiring to sit there and press the A button or press the X button every single time to do hits. Like they'd have to adjust that. But I think it's not going to be the same. I think it's going to be something different. So we'll see. Upper says, that's my fear when people whine and beg for a game to move away from auto attack. I'm afraid it'll be like FF7 remake. Yeah, I mean, FF7, you do way more damage, so it's not like quite as bad as like Xenoblade in terms of the spongy. But yeah, I mean, I actually do not want it to play like Final Fantasy 7 at all. Although what I'm describing is like Final Fantasy 7, but I think there's a way to get it done to where it'll be better, you know. But I don't want it to play like Tales. I don't want it to play like Final Fantasy 7. I mean, I don't need it to be auto battling either. There's different ways to do it. Like there's ways to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like you can make it to where you have cooldowns on like your like attacks, but you press the button to attack. So you attack, right? There's a cooldown before you can attack again. And then you have your skills that also have cooldowns. So that means you can't mash. You have to strategically position yourself and attack, you know, and attack strategically when it comes to that. So there's ways to get that done too. Like Secret of Mana, for example, has a built-in attack ATB. So the old old school Secret of Mana games. So you attack, you can't just spam. You have like I mean, you can spam, but your attacks aren't going to be very strong because like you have to wait for your meter to fill back up to 99 to the 100%. So there's ways to get it done. You know, even like Smash Brothers has a built-in fatigue system. You spam the same attacks, they start getting weaker. So there's a way to do anti-spamming in like action RPGs and fighting games and lots of stuff. But a lot of people don't know that. But yeah, the more you do the same attack in Smash Brothers, the weaker and more stale it gets. If you do a different move, it slowly refreshes the previous move. So if you're constantly pressing back air, and hitting with back air, it's gonna stale out. And I mean, some people's back air is still really strong. They'll still kill you, you know, if you're high on the percentage, but it'll stale the move out. Secret of Mana has like a little bit of a system like that, to where, well, it's like a meter. It's like an ATB meter per the attack, you know. Favorite Mana game? Secret of Mana 2, or just Secret of Mana in the US, but Seiken Densetsu 2. Did you ever play Xenoblade 3DS? Yes, I did. I played every Xenoblade game. People just want Xenoblade to be turned into a full action game, like FF16, just not to buy it. Turn it into FF16 just to be like, yeah, this game, yeah, this is awesome. It looks great, but I ain't buying it. I think they're replacing the Uroburos with mythical creatures and spirits in Genesis. I'm really excited to see what they come up with. I don't know if they're going to be doing all that, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe they have like summons like Final Fantasy in a way, you know? Hey, what's up, Jago? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? I hope it's not spongy. I like spongy enemies, but the thing about Xenoblade, while it's spongy, if you know what you're doing, you can kill enemies fast. At least all the regular enemies, you can kill them pretty fast. Bosses, a little bit of a different story, but I pretty much cooked most bosses fairly easily in Xenoblade 3, with the exception of a few bosses in that game. The last boss, that one took me a little bit of time, and I was getting kind of cooked here and there, but I never died though. But if you know what you're doing in Xenoblade games, it's actually not hard to cook the bosses. Xenosaga Greater, of course. Long live the Xenoverse. Yes, long live the Xenoverse. Just had a laugh watching some 3D Mario fans continue to cry over Nintendo Direct. I don't know why you're wasting your time watching Mario fans cry about the Nintendo Direct. That's a waste of time. Everybody stop caring what they think at this point. Some people just don't want Xenoblade to look anime. Xenoblade's gonna look anime. That's what it is. It's an anime type looking game. So I mean, I don't know what people want. I hope Switch 2 update makes some of the Uroburos animations in future redeemed. They look so awesome. Well, it's gonna run at a better resolution and frame rate, so I think it's the same game, just better resolution and frame rate. So, yeah, Xeno 3 final boss fight took long. It had like 6 phases. Yeah, it had like 1,000,000 phases, and you were just constantly throwing at new things at you. It was crazy. It was fun though. Let's see here. Nintendo Land says it's the worst direct ever. Nintendo Land, he's only likes Mario. That's like the only thing that he likes. If Mario's, they could announce 1,000,000 different games. If it's not Mario, then he's upset. So his opinion is just his opinion. He doesn't care about third-party games being announced. He wasn't there during the Wii U days, guys. He's kind of a fraud. Like, to keep it real, he's kind of a fraud. So it's like, he wasn't there during the Wii U days with no third-party support. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about what's important when it comes to it. It's just, all he cares about is Mario. That's all he cares about. So we ain't taking nobody's opinion seriously that all they care about is Mario. So, yeah. I don't rock with nobody that wasn't there during the Wii U days that complains about third party and says this is the worst thing ever because they didn't get a Mario game. I'm not paying attention. We already know when your Mario game's coming out. It's coming out next year. We already know that. We already know when Mario's coming out. Nate's already giving you the answer. It's next year. So we can enjoy other things while Mario comes out next year. We can enjoy other things. We can enjoy Zelda. We can enjoy Xenoblade. We can enjoy Fire Emblem. We can enjoy Splatoon. We can enjoy Star Fox. We can enjoy other games. We can enjoy other stuff. Everything does not have to be about Mario 24/7. We already know it's coming out next year. Like, people are weird. I ain't worrying about nobody that just talks about Mario all day. Next week is going to be the movie OJ. Star Fox is going to be great way to kick off the summer. Oh man, I'm super excited for Star Fox, dude. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun. So my new game plus run for Xenoblade with 4K 60 update. Surreal playing this game. That quality, even the boss is currently playing through the first game. Nice, nice. Yeah, I actually started up a new game plus save file as well. And yes, it runs and looks a lot better. Not perfect, but definitely runs and looks a lot better. Hashtag free game. Thanks to Nintendo. Thank you to Nintendo for the code for that one too. So, do you think the new HD 2D will have random encounters? I hope it doesn't. I hope they actually to where you can see the enemy on the screen. Yes, Star Fox on the birthday, Phil. Let's go. Star Fox on the birthday. Let's go, man. Excited. Happy birthday, though, brother. For real. Happy birthday. But yeah, I'm so excited for next week, man. Star Fox is gonna be so much fun. I got the game coming in the mail physical, but Nintendo's also looks like I'm gonna get a review code for that game. So I don't know. Nintendo's like I think they like forgot about me last year, then said, "Oh wait, hold up, that guy." They like invited. No, I think it's because I think my rep she moved somewhere else, so I think it took a while for them to just like replace get my new rep. But I didn't say anything. I was like, oh, they'll reach out at some point. so that's cool. I think they just forgot. Forgot about Dre. Forgot about OJ. But that's okay. We back. We back. We back, boys and girls. Might need some Star Fox streams. I might need to stream some Star Fox. I don't know. I kind of want to play it just by myself and then make like a video on it though. I kind of want to just like play it and then like upload my thoughts on the game. I don't know, man. I love Star Fox though. It's a lot of fun. The demo was great. It's short, but it's great. I got the secret end or the secondary ending or the secondary level exit thing. That's kind of fun. It's cool, man. It's really cool. I'm gonna enjoy it. It's been a while since I played Star Fox 64 too. Like I don't replay NSO games and all that over and over. Like I didn't replay Star Fox. Like when it came to NSO, I didn't replay it. I beat the Star Fox 64. I think I beat that one. But I didn't I only played it one time on there, then I was done. I was like, all right, cool. Like so I haven't played it. I haven't played Star Fox 64 in I haven't beat it in like a decade or something like that. Like a decade plus. So for me it's gonna be lit. DMC5, yeah, DMC5 looks cool. 60 FPS is good. We don't get your butt whooped in Star Fox Online multiplayer. Oh yeah, I'm gonna play some Star Fox Online multiplayer. I'm gonna play that with the chat. But I think Splatoon Raiders is a game that I might be more excited to play with the chat than Star Fox. Splatoon Raiders looks like it's like the multiplayer is gonna be like super fun. Got a fully immersed in Star Fox. Yeah, next year is gonna be incredible. The Switch 2, Xenoblade Genesis, Pokemon Winds and Waves, new 3D Mario, and that's not even counting unannounced. Yeah, I think those are gonna be the 3 big games, though. I think that's what Nintendo has for next year. Like the 3 big games is gonna be that. It's gonna be those 3 games. It's gonna be those 3 games. I mean, sure, there's gonna be some obviously other games. But those are the games that, like, okay, everyone's is going to be excited to play. Especially 3D Mario and Pokemon. Those games are going to be crazy popular. Xenoblade for, like, all the hardcore peeps out there. But, yeah, those 3 games are going to be the focus. Or at least more like Pokemon and... I think they're going to focus on Xenoblade. I think they're going to give it an honest push for Xenoblade Genesis. They're going to say, hey, look, this is the beginning story. You don't have to play the other Xenoblade games. Just jump into this one. And, you know, it's not numbered, so you don't have to worry about people saying, do I have to play the first 2 or all that? You can just say, no, I'll just start with here, the Genesis, the beginning. And I think they're going to change up enough things to where it looks a bit more appealing to casual consumers, but still has the depth for the hardcore fans out there. So I expect Xenoblade Genesis to do well. Like I said, I don't think it's not going to be a crazy big system seller type game, but I expect it to sell 1 million plus very quickly. This might be a weird comparison, but Splatoon Raiders looks like it could have a Diablo-style gameplay loop. If the co-op works the way I think it will, could be incredibly fun. It looks like a little bit like, yeah, kind of like that looter shooter type thing, or like kind of like loot type game. It does kind of look like that a little bit, but yeah, it's not quite like Diablo. But I see what you're saying. Nintendo make Doom, Eternal Darkness 2, and you get my attention. I want to see the house survival game from Nintendo. Oh man, play Emio. Play Emio. Yeah, it's a what's it called? Emio is a what's it called game though? It's a visual novel. But Eternal Darkness, I think that franchise is dead. That franchise ain't never coming back. I think the only way that we see Eternal Darkness is like GameCube NSO or something. But like, yeah, that franchise is Dunskies. So yeah, Miramasa. Oh yeah, I talked about Miramasa today in my video. I was like, yo, Miramasa. Miramasa looks great. It looks really good. So looks really good. Are you playing handheld mode or docked on play for... I play both. I play handheld and I play docked. Also love the difficulty scales with how many players are in the lobby. Yeah, that's good too. I mean, obviously that's good. You know, you want to be able to make sure that it's not too easy. You know. Since Chupa stole Wolf, who are you playing in Star Fox multiplayer? I mean, I'll play it. It doesn't really matter to me. I'll play anybody because it's just they all control the same. But it's cool to see your character. But yeah, Fox, Wolf, depends on what team I'm on. I like Wolf, I like Fox, but if I can't be those two, then you know I'll probably like Falco or Leon. You know, so we'll see. Hey, what's up, Marcel Wade? Welcome. Eternal Darkness sequel? Yeah, not gonna happen. Yeah, Dennis Dyack messed that up. If you want to be mad that there's no Eternal Darkness sequel, Dennis Dyack is the problem. Why there's no Eternal Darkness sequel? He wanted to make one, but he wanted to make Too Human. He ditched Nintendo for Xbox for Too Human. Then Too Human flopped, and then he took shitty or ishy contracts for like that crappy X-Men game that was half done and all that. Then he had too much controversy, and then basically his studio dissolved. His studio, and then he tried to do like that Kickstarter. That one Kickstarter that was kind of like a spiritual successor to Eternal Darkness, and then that failed. Like Wii U owners who literally had no games still didn't support that game. Wii U owners rather play nothing than support that game, bro. Because there was like, it was called, I think, Shadow of the Eternals. It was a spiritual successor to Eternal Darkness. And yeah, Wii U owners were like, yeah, we're not gonna fund that game. So, because it was on Kickstarter. So even Wii U owners were like, yeah, we don't trust you. So Dennis Dyack burned out all of his trust, man. He burned out all his trust. No, not that, Leon. One man can dream. It'd be cool to see a mature dark survival horror franchise from Nintendo, though, like Resident Evil type game, visual novel. Not a visual novel, yeah, like would be. I mean, but then again, you know, Silicon Knights, they made that. Nintendo just published it, so I mean, I'm pretty sure Nintendo might publish something in the future, right? I mean, they published Bayonetta, so they could if they see something good enough, if somebody brings a pitch good enough, they'd probably publish it. But Nintendo didn't make that game. That was Silicon Knights, so that wasn't Nintendo's internal studio. Let's see here. I hope we get a new Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame's dope. If Star Fox succeeds enough, it might increase the chance of a new F-Zero game being considered. The graphics for F-Zero could be nuts. Yeah, that's what I talked about in my video about Velen Studio, the people that made Star Fox. I said, like, if this does well, I mean, we could see maybe F-Zero remake. We could see something else, right, from them. So it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. I'm doing good, Kevin. How are you, man? Shout outs. But yeah, man can dream, man. Eternal Darkness, that's great. It was a great game, you know. I just wish that Dennis Dyack stuck with Nintendo. You know, he made Eternal Darkness. He made Metal Gear Solid 2 the remake, or sorry, Metal Gear Solid the remake, Twin Snakes. He made that. They did a great job, and then after that, he saw what the Wii was, and he was like, man, this Wii sucks. He was like, this is trash. I can't make nothing with this system. So he was like, I'm not supporting this, and he just jumped ship. So it's not like Nintendo said, screw you, we don't like your games. I think Nintendo would have been cool, like, to work. I think Nintendo would have definitely made another Eternal Darkness or something like on the Wii. I think they absolutely would have commissioned him to make another one or something. But he just said, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go make Two Human, which that's fine. I mean, Two Human was something that he'd been working on, at least like the script and what he wanted to do for like since like the PS1 days or something. So obviously the Switch, you know, the Wii wasn't going to be able to do what he wanted to do with Two Human. So Bots and Kaitos 3. Yeah, there's no Bots and Kaitos. That franchise is done. That franchise, the best you'll get is Bots and Kaitos HD remasters, so you can enjoy those. Hopefully we get a Switch 2 version of those, though, because the Switch 1 version's crusty. Yeah, that's not, I don't think we're ever going to see another Bots and Kaitos. Monolith Soft makes that, and I don't see them ever going back to that, like card-based battling. I don't see them doing that anymore. Maybe somebody else, but not Monolith Soft. They don't do card-based battling anymore. Rare stuck with Nintendo. We need a real Banjo game. Yeah, that would have been nice too, but you know, Microsoft swooped in and paid them big bucks. So there was that. Skies of Arcadia 2. Yeah, there's slim to no chance. After Skies of Arcadia finished, the game flopped. So they disbanded the team and they all work at different parts of Sega. Also, one of the people that, I think the composer or one of the people that worked on the game, like one of the lead, like she passed away a number of years ago. Obviously you can get somebody else to make it, but it just doesn't seem likely. What seems more likely is maybe like a remaster of Skies of Arcadia, but I don't see a Skies of Arcadia 2. And everything wraps up. I mean, the story of Skies of Arcadia is wrapped up and done. Like when you beat the game, it tells you what happens to all the characters. So it's not like there's a cliffhanger or anything like that. But I mean, yeah, I would love Skies of Arcadia. I'm a big fan. I love Skies of Arcadia. I beat the game back on the GameCube, the Legends version. I thought it was great. I put like 200 hours into the game. I love that game. I thought it was phenomenal. I remember playing it a lot back in the day. Yeah, it's just probably not, man, which is very unfortunate. And it says, yeah, man, we can't trust Blooper with Eternal Darkness. Come on. I mean, that's probably about what you're going to get, man. I mean, they did like the Chronos game, right? Who did the Chronos game? So I think like they could probably make it like a budget, well, not a budget, but they can probably make like a AA Eternal Darkness game that's halfway decent. Like Chronos the New Dawn, like the people that made that, they can do it. That'd be fine. What up, Paul Gale? Welcome. Let's see. I want Monolith Soft to attempt creating a new IP, something non-Xeno at some point, like the Return of Disaster Day of Crisis, for example. Yeah, that's not happening. I think the new IP is Xenoblade Genesis. That is the new IP for them. That is the new IP is Xenoblade Genesis. I don't think they're ever gonna like do something like Disaster Day of Crisis again, because that also flopped. So their new IP is Xenoblade Genesis. That is the new thing that they're doing. And I think they're gonna continue with Xenoblade. I think they're gonna continue with it. So yeah, I think unfortunately for Monolith Soft, I don't think margins are thin, but margin for error is thin. Like with Monolith Soft, they don't have a lot of autonomy to have a flop in the HD era because their games take, you know, 4 or 5 years to make. So you really can't, and like their games don't sell a lot anyway. So you really can't take a risk on doing something that's not going to have a built-in audience of about 2 million people. So I think that's the problem with Monolith Soft right now. Like with their Takahashi Team 1, you know, it's like, hey, look, you got to do something that's going to do well. Like you can't do anything experimental. Like games cost too much. So if anything, what I see them doing is I see them just kind of doing Xeno or whatever, and then like if it's going to be a new IP, they're just going to call it Xeno something else, and then it's going to change up the gameplay or be like a fantasy game now, you know, or something like that. So I don't see them ever, not anytime soon, doing anything different. Yeah, it's basically a completely, and I don't think it's going to play like Xenoblade. Right now, I think everybody thinks Xenoblade Genesis is going to play like Xenoblade 3, or it's going to play like Xenoblade 2, or Xenoblade 1, or Xenoblade X. I don't think Xenoblade Genesis is going to play like those games. So I think that's the reason why people are like, oh, well, it's just Xenoblade. I don't think it's going to be the same exact thing. There's a reason why they didn't show any combat. I think if it was going to be the same thing, then we might have saw like a little bit of a glimpse of combat or something. But they didn't really show any combat at all. So I think it's going to be very different. I think it's going to be very different. On the flip side, Monolith Soft does have a core dedicated fan base. They do. But those people did not show up for Disaster Day of Crisis. So I don't know if they're going to show up for stuff that's not like something, you know, that they know that they like. That's the thing. So they do have a dedicated audience, but like I said, it's a risky business to spend 3, 4, 5 years on something, and then it ends up not doing well, or people that like Xenoblade don't like it. Then you're in big trouble because you just spent 5 years and $50 million or $60 million on something that only sold 500,000 copies. You know, so that's the problem that I would say. Yeah, it was before, but I don't think people are gonna flock to that type of game. I don't know, man, Varkstar. I think Xenoblade is what people like, so I don't know if people are just gonna flock to anything Monolith Soft buys. I don't know, but I don't know. Like I said, we'll see, but I don't know. We'll see, but I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt it. Maybe they'll remaster Disaster Day of Crisis, and then if that does well, and then maybe people will be like, okay, well, maybe they can make something new. But I don't see them doing cold turkey, like a Western style type of shooter out of nowhere. With today's budgets, I think on the Wii, you can do it because the Wii development cost was a lot cheaper. Clearly, that was a budget game from them. But on the Switch 2, you're going to have to spend some resources for that game to be good. You're going to have to know third-person shooting mechanics, things like that, right? So it's going to be a far more pricier game. So I think what they should do is they should remaster Disaster Day of Crisis. Remaster that and see what interest is there. Does it sell 500,000 copies? Does it sell 1 million copies? Like, are people actually hype about it? Does it review well? Can they scale the shooting? Can they do everything? Use that as a test ground game, you know? And if that does well, then okay, do something else, you know? But I don't know, man. Like I said, games take too long to make these days. What do you think of the odds of Genesis being turn-based? Slim. I'd probably say less than 40%. So that's not slim. There's a chance, but I don't think so. Yeah, something small and different. So people show up. Yeah, okay. Like I said, I think a remaster of Disaster Day of Crisis would work well. I think they should just like a really nice remaster of that game. You know, I think that could be something that they can do. So Xenoblade is incredible. I don't want them to stop making them. Yeah, I mean, I want to see Xenoblade Genesis because, like I said, I think a lot of people are thinking that Xenoblade Genesis just plays just like the other Xenoblade games, and I don't think it does. So, you don't think Disaster can sell a lot? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, I think Disaster can be a game that, if it's priced appropriately, and if they kind of adjust some things, it is on rails. But if they make it to where, you know, you have control over your character. Like, make it like a cover shooter, right? Where, like, you can, yeah, you go from point to point, but you can, like, move back and forth and, like, you can shoot from there. If they just make a few adjustments here and there to the game, I think it can probably play pretty well in the modern day. Forget that. Let's make Monolith Soft to make open world Power Rangers RPG. Let's go. Open world Power Rangers. Maybe. I mean, look, you got the different animals that you can ride around in, like the Megadons and all that, the Zords, Megazords. You got all the different ones you can ride around in, swap on the fly, be able to go, hey, look, open world Power Rangers game. I mean, I would have freaked out about that, you know, 30 years ago. Oh man, that would have been incredible. But yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be down. I'd be down for like like a AAA Power Rangers game. Like, we haven't really had any AAA Power Rangers games, so like there's never been one like a real AAA Power Rangers game. It's all been licensed stuff from back in the day, and you know, there was a fighting game. But like an actual real AAA Power Rangers game, that'd be kind of cool. I'd be down for that. Do you think you love Lego Spider-Man? No, I don't like Lego games, and Spider-Man is cool, but it's not like my favorite or anything like that. Open world Kamen Rider instead. I'm not a fan of the Kamen Rider, honestly. And keep it a buck, I'm just not a fan of open world games that much anymore. Like, I like Monolith Soft's open world games, but I'm not a huge fan of like, oh my god, everything needs to be open world, you know. So that's true. You look at Xenoblade, it does kind of like that, those mechs. Xenoblade's great though. I love Xenoblade. Xenoblade X is fantastic. Yeah, Power Rangers game that's not gimmicky. Sounds lit. I mean, most of the Power Rangers games that we have are like beat 'em ups from like back in the day. So they're just like, you just punch the heck out of people. There's not really a lot of variety with Power Rangers games, and there's been nothing in the modern era. There were no, like, outside of that fighting game, there were no like actual like Power Rangers games. Like, there's nothing like on PS3 and 360 from what I recall. Like, Power Rangers just kind of died off after. I don't think it really even made it to the PS1 and like the PS2. I don't think there was any like real. Hold on, let me double check. Like, there wasn't really like a lot of PS2 games or anything like that. Power Rangers games. Yeah, there wasn't really a lot of Power Rangers games. Yeah, a lot of it was like, yeah, Super Nintendo. I'm looking at it right here. There was one on PlayStation. Power Ranger Zeo Full Tilt Pin. Oh, it's a pinball game. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. That was on Game Boy Color, Nintendo 64, and PlayStation and Microsoft Windows. There was a bunch of Game Boy Advance games. That's what they did in the 2000s. Instead of doing like on PS2 and all that, they just made a bunch of Game Boy games. Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Power Rangers Time Force. Oh, that was made by Vicarious Visions. Natsumi, Power Rangers Wild Force, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance. Power Rangers Dino Thunder, Game Boy Advance, GameCube, and PS2. So yeah, there's not a lot. There's a lot of games, but there's not a lot of stuff. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Mega Battle. PS4 and Xbox One. What is that? Power Mega Battle? Oh, it's a beat 'em up. Okay, it's a beat 'em up. It's an old school beat 'em up game. Released back in January 17th, 2017. Okay. Yeah, it was trash. it was, bro, it was garbage. I'm looking at the scores right now. Yeah, it was hot trash. That's why I didn't hear about the game. Hold up. What was I doing in 2017, bruh? I did not like life in 2017 at all. Mega Battle. Yeah, it's the big-headed Power Rangers. Yeah, the big-headed ones. Let me see here. Oh my god, yeah, this game got 49 Metacritic average. Oh my god, 49 Metacritic average. Yeah, it's hot garbage. Hot garbage. Yo, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the fighting edition, good game. The graphics and animation are sick. Yeah, the fighting game is solid. It's solid. It's a solid game. Shout outs to Owen Happily. Yo, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that. Welcome. Power Rangers, yeah, they deserve better than that. The most recent Power Rangers game is good though. The Power Rangers game, it's called Power Rangers or Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. That game's actually good. That was from Digital Eclipse. That one's solid. It's out on everything. You can go check that one out. That one's good. It's like the old school classic beat 'em up. And it's good. It's good. It's not bad at all. I already said it. House Gang, man. I just said it. I said it twice, so I don't remember the name. So somebody in the chat put the name for him. I just said it though. Oh, for SNES. Oh yeah. The fighting game for SNES. Okay, yeah, I played that one back in the day. It was good, or it was okay. I mean, I don't know if it was actually good, but I mean, I liked it. The Dino Thunder on the GBA was awesome. I mean, I was way too old at that time to be playing anything called Dino Thunder. Like, you can't, no, bro, I'm sorry, man. You can't, if you're an adult or if you can't be playing anything called Dino Thunder. I'm sorry, man. I can't, I bet it was good, but I can't acknowledge Dino Thunder. All right, just that name alone, I can't do it. I can't do it. What if Platinum Games did a proper Power Rangers? That'd be cool. I mean, if it was good. You ever watched the 2017 Power Rangers movie that failed? I did. Shokotano with the 20 says, one of the issues with Sony is how much third parties tend to favor them. The PS3 started out was pretty much bombing for a while, but it only succeeded in the end due to third parties and willing to put games on the system. Well, another reason why though is because the Sony aggressively cut the price of the system. So since they cut the price of the system, people started buying the system more. So Sony did a good job of cutting the price and lowering it for people. Thank you, Ashoka Tano. Thank you. But yeah, what you're saying is also, I mean, developers also did just put more and more games on there. But Sony did a good job of cutting the price and getting people to buy it. You know, getting sales up. Thank you for the big $20 dono. Let's go! Combo breaker. And then also Ashoka Tano with the $10 dono. It says if Nintendo or Microsoft console was a failure at first, they would try to bury the console. It's just double standard. I think PlayStation is such an overrated and overhyped brand nowadays. I mean, I wouldn't say all that, but I would say this. I think that yeah, like Sony gets the extra benefit of the doubt because they make the hardware that developers actually want. Now, don't get me wrong. They didn't want the PS3. That hardware the architecture was not good, but they make the power that they want, and they focus a lot on third parties. They don't have as much competition, so third-party developers like Sony and like Microsoft more because they don't have to compete with Nintendo's first-party games. So yeah, like it's not a secret that that's the case. So that's why I think Nintendo's desperately trying to do more third-party stuff. You know, like with the directs. You know, a lot of, like I said, you still want to strangle some Nintendo fans that just refuse to, you know, see more than Mario. But like I think that's the whole situation there, you know. They push third party more. So but thank you, Ashoka Tano. Thank you for the $30 back-to-back donos coming in, 20 then the 30. Thank you for the super chats. That's really incredibly nice of you. 295 on the combo board. We are almost at a triple platinum. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's see. We're just gonna ban you, man. Thanks for coming out to the stream, bro. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming out to the stream. You're acting really weird. You're spamming. Your parents probably might be related. I don't know, man, but you acting goofy and you acting weird, so I'm just gonna ban you, man. Thanks for coming out, though. I appreciate you. Let's just shout outs to my man, Vargster with the big Aussie with the 35 coming through. Hey, yo. Yo, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, Vargster. Let's go. 330 on the board for the triple platinum. Let me read up your message. And he says, Nintendo strategy is working. There are a lot of people online that are non-Nintendo fans that are really happy with this Direct. Oh, absolutely. Like, I think that there's definitely people that are upset with it, and that's fine. You know, Vargster, like, I feel that. But, like, I reevaluated the Direct, and I want to see a variety of games. Like, the problem with me is that, like, I don't like double standards. I don't like hypocrisy. Those are the things. And, like, if somebody wants to call me out on that, I'll check it. I'll say, okay, was I being a hypocrite here? I hate hypocrisy. I don't like it at all. And I try to, it's hard to not do it for, you know, all the time, but I try to stay away from that. And there's no way in heck that I'm going to sit here and I complain as much as I did with third party in the Wii U era and JRPGs. People always know, like, I lost a lot of my base, Vargster. You guys weren't around. Well, you were kind of around, but YouTube wasn't like a thing back then. It was my website. But, like, I lost a lot of my base because all I did was complain about no JRPGs, no third-party games. Like, in the 2015, like, when Nintendo kind of just gave up on the Wii U, I was like, what's going on here? We need more And even before that, I was like, we need more JRPGs. We need more third-party Japanese games. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite. Now we're getting that. And even on the Switch 1 era, I was like, hey, we need some more AA games. We need some more Japanese RPGs. That's what I wanted to see back then. We're getting that now, and we're getting it in droves. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, this is trash, even though because we didn't get a Mario game or something. I like to be consistent. What I like is what I like. But also what other people like is what they like, too. So if somebody, all they like is Mario or whatever, then okay, that's fine. But you don't understand, like I said, where we were before, where we weren't getting anything. I don't care if you have a PS5. I don't care if you have an Xbox Series. I don't care if you have a PC. That's good for you. That doesn't mean we shouldn't have the option to play Dragon's Dogma or Devil May Cry or Stellar Blade or, you know, Onimusha. I don't care if it's at, I mean, obviously I want it to run at the best that it can run, but I don't care if it's at 30 FPS compared to better version. I don't care, bro. Just like I didn't care that we got a crusty or we got Game Boy versions of sometimes bigger games.
I could tell you were iffy on praising it because of being fair. You started your grade with a C lol.
Yeah, I was a bit iffy because once again, I didn't look. The snap reactions. I went from a C to a B though. The snap reactions are hard to do. That's why I didn't have any official video right away. They're hard to do because you don't know everything. Like, you know everything, but there was 50 plus games announced. Like, there was a bunch of games announced. Nintendo by far had the most games out of any show. So when I went back and I looked through all the games, and then I went back and I compared it to other Nintendo Directs. The problem is that we were comparing it to other, like, state of plays and all that. That's fine. If you want to compare it to them, you can compare it to them. But I started comparing it to Nintendo Directs. And when you compare it to other Nintendo Directs, it just crushes those ones. Now, once again, if you like Mario, or if you like, I don't know, you want a brand new Zelda, or if you like Animal Crossing, then okay, it was terrible for you, whatever. But for me, at least, I'm looking at it from new announcements. I'm looking at it from ports. I'm looking at it from day and date. I'm looking at it from, you know, surprises. I'm looking at it from classic franchises coming back. I'm looking at it from a lot of different things, and I'm grading it accordingly. And I'm also looking back at the Nintendo Directs that I thought that were good in the Switch 1 era, and I'm grading it, and I'm looking, and I'm comparing and contrasting. When you compare and contrast this Direct to the previous ones, it's just as good, if not better, than any of the best Directs in the last generation. Do a lot of people just think Directs suck? I think a lot of people just don't like Directs. Believe it or not, I think a lot of people like Directs, but I think a lot of people online just don't like Directs. They don't like them because they don't get what they want 95% of the time. You're not going to get what you want. You're not going to, or there's going to be one game or two games that you like that are just Nintendo first party, and then that's it. But the reality is that, like, when you grade the whole show for, like, the whole show itself, it was good compared to the previous Nintendo Directs, compared to Switch 1 Directs. If, like I said, if you're actually being fair and judging it on the quality of all the games, not just I got Mario or I got Zelda, you know? Let's see here. I want Pikmin and Luigi's Mansion 4. I wasn't upset. Okay. It baffles me how some people think having hypocrisy is total fine, especially when it comes to Nintendo. Call spade a spade. Some people even hiding the hypocrisy. Oh yeah, I mean, which once again, we don't take those people seriously. As you can see, but I dislike keycards. I want real physical games for me. So when I see third party on Switch 2, I'm getting physical for PS5. I mean, for me, I base it on how I want to play the game. I don't think PS5 physical is real physical just to begin with. I can even take it back a little bit further than you, Phil went up. I don't think PS5 is real physical. And here's the reason why I don't think PS5 is real physical 100%. Because since when did games run off of installed a hard drive? Since when was that a thing for an actual physical game? That was never a thing. That was never a thing. And yes, I know the game is on there. But it doesn't play off the game. It's a security check at that point. That's all it is. It's a security check. It checks to see that you have the game, but it runs off of a hard drive. So for me, at least, yes, I like the physical PS5, whatever. That's better than game keycard. But my problem is you can go back a gen before that. That's not real physical to me. Real physical is you take the game and it plays off the game. PS1, PS2, most PS3 games were like that. PS4, they changed it, where you run off of a hard drive because the discs are too slow for it to run. But for me, those aren't actually real physical when you're installing it to a hard drive. To me, at least. Now, like I said, I know that it's there and the game is there and you don't need the internet, and that's maybe a hang up. The internet's not a problem. Like, you know, that's not the problem for other people. It's like, okay, well, the game is there. But for me, a physical game plays off the game. It does not play off of a hard drive. That's a PC, you know? So for me, that's the problem that I have, just in general. So I have a problem with keycards as well, but I also have a problem with how PS5, PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox Series games operate too, because that's not real physical. Because when I was growing up, you take a game and you put the game in there and played off there. There was no hard drive to install it to. That's how it was back. That's how it was when I played a physical game. And with the Switch 2, at least with the carts, they actually play off of the carts. They don't play off of a hard drive. You don't install it to a hard drive. That's not a physical game. That is a digital game that is LARPing as a physical game with a CD that verifies that you have the game. To me, that's not real physical. That's not 100% real physical. It's better than a key card, but it ain't 100% real physical. Because it installs to the hard drive. That is a PC. That's a PC game. So my biggest hang up with physical games or digital games versus physical was, can you buy, sell, or trade the game? It wasn't necessarily internet. I mean, yes, I don't like the internet part, but digital games, you can't trade them, you can't sell them. Key cards, you can. So it alleviates that, at least for me. But I don't like the internet, relying on the internet type of thing. I don't like that. But I don't like installing to a hard drive either. That's also not great. That's not a real physical game. Key card isn't a real physical game. And installing to a hard drive ain't a real physical game, in my opinion. That's a PC game. But like I said, a lot of people disagree with my opinion on that. I just pre-ordered Orbitals, and it looks really cool. I wanted to support it because it's also going to be actually on cart. Yeah, it's good to support that. It's good to support it. Well, I don't care about all the... That's not a physical game. That's not how games operate, fam. Look, here's a real physical game. To me, a real physical game, here's Tales of a... Oh, actually, no, we can't use this. A real physical game... Oh, no, we can't use this. All these games are new. All right, here we go. Oh, my God. I pulled 3 straight new games that aren't open. Okay, here we go. I finally got one. To me, a real physical game... Oh, my God, and the game's not in there. Where's my echoes? Oh, my gosh. How do I pull 4 games and none of them have the cartridge? Okay, there we go. So, to me, a real physical game is that you take the cartridge, you put the cartridge in, and it can play off of it. The game's physical. When you take a game and you put it on a CD, and then you tell the CD to download the data to a hard drive, that is a digital game. That operates, all it is the key is there to tell you, okay, you own it. That data is being transferred to a memory. That's not a real physical game. A real physical game to me is you put the game in the cart and it plays. Now you might have an update to, like, let's just say, like, oh, you download like the latest patch or whatever, and that's fine. But to me, that's what a physical game is that you take the cartridge or you take the CD. Let me get you a CD here. We got some real physical right here. Here's a real physical game. Here's a real physical game on a CD. In the same era that the PS4 and Xbox One came out in. This does not have to install. It just plays off of it. It just plays. PS4 and Xbox One, you got to install. To me, this is a true physical. This is a true physical. Most PS3 games, pretty every Xbox, with the exception of Grand Theft Auto 5, that game you have to install no matter what on PS3 and 360. But pretty much every Xbox 360 game is real physical. Every Xbox, original OG Xbox game, every PS2 game, every PS1 game, those are all real. They play off of the disc. Since when was installing on a hard drive a real physical game? It's not. I mean, I guess we can all sit here and act like it is, but it's not. It's on a hard drive. They take the data, they copy it over. It's on a hard drive. It's not a real physical game, in my opinion. But I know a lot of people disagree with that, though. So I'm not going to sit here and try to pound it home like what I'm saying is be all end all. But to me, that's PC stuff. You're installing on a hard drive. So this is why I hate key cards. I just want to plug and play. You can't plug and play with anything. The only thing that you can plug and play with is a Switch 2 cartridge. That's the only game, or a Switch 1 cartridge, or anything current right now. The only thing that you can plug and play, Xbox and PlayStation, you cannot, anything in this gen or last gen, you can't plug and play. It installs everything. There is no Xbox or PlayStation game where you can plug and play. That's been gone since 2013, since the PS4 and Xbox One came out. There is no plug and play. Even with Microsoft's backwards compatibility, there's no plug and play. It's a software download. You got to download the software, but once it's there, it's good. You're good, but you got to download it. You know, so there is no plug and play with those. The only one is the Switch 2, if it's on a cartridge. Everything else you got to install or you got to download. Let's see here. If it's not to you, then it's not. LOL. Agree to disagree, and that's fine. But to me, installing a game on a hard drive isn't a physical game. You're not playing the game off the cartridge. You're not playing the game off the CD. You're playing it off of a hard drive. That's a digital game. That's literally the same exact way a digital game operates. All you're doing is that you have some type of peace of mind, or you have some type of mental thing that says, oh, the game's in there. Bro, the game isn't doing anything. Blu-rays are too slow. It can't run the data fast enough for the game to keep up. So it needs to be on an SSD or on a hard drive. But it's really just for your own mental, I guess. But it's not. It literally operates just like a digital game. All it is a verification check that you bought the game. But it's not running like a physical game. It's not running off the disc. It's literally on a SD, like a SSD, like a digital game. There is almost no difference between that. They're both on your hard drive. The difference in the back in the day and the difference back then used to be, oh, if a game's on your hard drive, that's a digital game. If a game's physical, you play the game physical. It doesn't take up your hard drive space. That's how it's supposed to be. But that's been gone, right? That's been gone for Microsoft and Sony. So let's see here. Thank you, Flipping the Switch, with the $10 donut. Says too much bull spit between the player and the game. Not downloading anything. Luckily, OG Switch comes through. Yep. OG Switch comes through. Yeah. Like I said, yeah, yeah, I hear you, big brother. But the big difference is you don't need the internet to install the disc, and all the data is there. I don't care about the internet or not. The internet doesn't matter to me. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the actual what a physical game is. I don't care about the damn internet. The internet's the internet. Internet's always around for the most part. So I don't really care about the internet. Maybe your internet goes out. Okay, you can't play the game until your internet comes back. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really care about the internet. Like, I got good internet. And like I said, most of the time my internet is always on. Like, there ain't never been a time where I got a game and I don't have the internet. You know, unless I'm going somewhere or whatever. But I'm just gonna take my Switch and just play physical cartridges or something. You know, or games that I already have. I'm just gonna play small digital games that I've already had downloaded. I'm not gonna worry about that. So the internet to me is not a problem. That's not my issue. My issue is that it's not a real physical game. So everybody has different issues, like what they see is physical or not. My issue is that it's not a physical game. Like it's and it takes up your hard drive. Those are my two issues. That's not what physical games are not supposed to take up space. That was the whole logic behind a physical game compared to a digital game. Oh, a digital game takes up your space. A physical game does not. Now we got physical games with game key cards, or we've got games, every game, like PlayStation and Xbox, where they take up your space no matter what. It's literally a digital game. But we have semantics like, oh, well, the internet, I don't need that. Bro, it's still a digital game. It's running off of a SSD. They should have created better technology that allows for faster discs. That's what they should have created. That would have been goated. Because then you can actually, you know, play the game off of there instead of having to worry about installing everything. I don't like that installing crap. That to me is a PC. I don't like PC. So if you want to know why I get like why I don't like it, it's because I don't like PC gaming. Like I don't like PC gaming. I don't like installing things. I'm not a fan. I like the console experience, and to me, installing makes it turn into a PC, and I don't like that. And I know these are pretty much PCs. Like x86 is pretty much a PC, but still, I don't see that as a real physical game when you've got to install it to a hard drive. You know. So I've been seeing people begging Nintendo to let them install from carts. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen because the carts don't have, like, you'd have the cart sizes in terms of the memory space. It ain't gonna happen. You might as well just have it on. You might as well just have it on the cart. Just have a physical cartridge. What's the point of doing that? Then the data would have to be on there. The whole point of the game key card is for it to be cheap as hell because people they don't want to pay for the cart. If you have enough money to put the data on there for it's gonna rip to the hard drive, then you have enough money, or you can just make it a physical cart. You don't have to make it to where you can install from. Like, what does that do? That doesn't save any money or anything, because the data still needs to be on. It still needs to be able to carry that. The problem with physical Switch 2 cartridges is they're expensive as hell because they have to carry 64 gigabytes or 32 gigabytes, and that memory's expensive. If you make it to where you can rip it from the cartridge, you'd have to make it to where it has that amount of memory on there. Just make a regular physical cart. So when people say, oh, I'm begging them to make it to where you rip from the, that doesn't save anything. That doesn't save any money. It'd be the same exact price. It would just be the technology behind it. That the only difference was that now the physical games would also, there'd be no difference. They might as well just put it on a cart then. It'd be the same price. But you'd have to make it towards like a read-write, right? Where you can rip the data from there. But once again, you'd still have to pay for that amount of cartridge space. So I always get confused when people say they should make it to where you can rip it off the cartridge. A key card doesn't have any data on it. That's why it's cheap. If they made it to where you can rip it off the cartridge, it's gonna still cost the same amount to where make it if it's on the cartridge, if not maybe a bit more. So I don't understand that logic behind that. Let's see. The only way Switch 2 carts are gonna get cheaper is if the other devices or carts are similar to Switch 2. Yeah, nobody's gonna make carts. Nobody's gonna do physical cartridges like Nintendo. They're too expensive. Memory, AI and memory cost is too high. That's why now we're even getting some of these games are $80. And I think that's really the way to fix all this, is just companies trust in people being able to spend more on them. So if you have a game, charge $10 to $15 more for the physical cartridge. That's what you got to do. You just got to charge more for it. That's pretty much the only way, in my opinion. We're never going to get media fast and large enough for 100 gigabyte plus games. Not on disc. On cartridge, I think Nintendo could evolve it with the Switch 3, but I wouldn't be surprised if Switch 3 is just like all digital games, but like all key cards future, but then like Switch 2 games, like you can play it backwards compatible Switch 2 games. But yeah. OJ, speaking facts, physical games are in fact physical and they don't need to hard drive space to put. That's what I'm saying. Because when I was growing up, when we started getting digital games on consoles, they're like, oh, a digital game, you download it, it takes up your hard drive space, you install it. Okay, fine, that makes sense. A physical game, you take it, you play it, it's physical. And then Sony said, no, that's not how physical games work. They work like this, that you install them to a hard drive like a PC. And I'm like, that's not a physical game. Same as a game key card, that's not a real physical game. Now, yes, the data's there, you don't need the internet, but I don't care about the stupid internet. Like, if I ever get to a point to where I don't have the internet or whatever, then I'm probably dead or something like that. Like, or I'm probably in a situation to where I'm like in trouble, or it's like I can do something else. Like it's not that big. So I don't care about the stupid stinking internet. I don't care, whatever. My problem is that it doesn't operate like an actual physical game like it's supposed to. That's my issue. That's always been my issue when it comes down to that. And I know everybody's different. Some people, internet's a big problem. Obviously, you don't want it to where you have to just have all these games where you need internet for every single game. I get that. Let's say you have 2 systems. You don't have to, oh, okay, I have to download on there. I don't like game key cards either. I don't like relying on the internet either. You know what I'm saying? Either, whatever. I don't like that either. So I'm right with Philip, and I'm right with Zoo and everybody. I'm right with you guys on all that. You know? But I don't like how the games operate now.
Also, why are we acting like something has changed with Switch 2? There was so many required downloads for third-party Switch 1 games too.
The reason why we're acting different with it is because Switch 1 did not get as many. I think there's already more games now at this point than what Switch 1 had in its whole entire life. I think so. I think at this point there's more like key cards now than then, and there's more third-party support. So that's the reason why. And Nintendo put a name to it. Now, obviously on Switch 1, they didn't put a name to it, and there was just no real major AAA third-party support on Switch 1. Like, no real major stuff. Like, a lot of it was just like, you know, PS4 or Xbox One collections of games of like PS3 and 360 games. Or it was just like Doom or something like that, right? Which Doom, even on the Switch 1, it needed like a download. Like, you had to kind of like update and download it. So it's kind of weird with Doom on Switch 1. But like, that's the thing though. Like, Switch 1 had it, but Switch 1 just never had any real day and date support, never had any real big third-party games outside of like a few different titles. Like, it's really, you can count them on like 1 or 2 hands, the amount of like big AAA day and date games like that were like large in file size. So that's what I'm talking. That's the reason why it wasn't as big of a deal on Switch 1, because Switch 1 didn't get stuff like Onimusha, it didn't get Stellar Blade, you know, it didn't get, you know, all these big games that are like Elden Ring, like it didn't get all that. You know, we got Dark Souls, and what they did is they took Dark Souls, they scrunched it into a 4 GB cartridge, and it sounded like absolute trash. It sounded like a Sega Genesis or something. So they'll do weird stuff to where the audio's warped up, they nuke the textures. It's like some of the games running like 540p. We're not talking about DLSS here. Like, we're talking about games running like native 480p, like The Witcher. They'll just nuke the textures, warp the audio, do all these weird things to scrunch them into carts on Switch 1. That's what they did. That's why a lot of the times like the audio didn't sound good, or there'd be no surround sound. They'd just be like, no surround sound. Because like, it's a larger file size, higher quality music. Remove that. You can't have that. So they would just do stuff like that. You know, they would just, and like, you know, the Digital Foundry guy, John Lindman, he'd always talk about, oof, this audio is not so good, because he's like an audiophile. He'd always talk about how the audio on Switch 1 games is trash or not very good, you know, or he'd be surprised when the audio was good in Switch 1 games, because a lot of it was garbage. So that was a problem with that system. Shout outs to Flipping Switch with $10. It says, if companies don't want to understand, don't want to stop acting like specs freaks, want to keep overshooting the market, don't want to make games that normal people don't want to optimize, they won't. Well, here's the thing, Flipping the Switch. What you're saying, what you've been saying, thank you for another $10 dono, combo breaks, has come true. I said, I don't think what you're saying is wrong. The market is overshot. What you're saying, I think, like, it's not like 100% true, but it's like true. But it's like pretty much true. Microsoft overshot the market, they can't sell, and now they're in big trouble. So what you said beforehand was true. And at first I was like, but then as I kind of saw more what you were saying, and as you explained it over the years, I believed you. I said, oh yeah, what you're saying is correct. And Microsoft has officially overshot the market, and they're in trouble. They're in trouble. Oh my gosh, they're in trouble. Microsoft, hardware-wise, they're in trouble. They don't have the component costs are too high. For the power and for what the system offers, the component costs are too high. They don't sell enough. So therefore, they're in a pickle. They have people that want to buy the system, but there's not enough people for them to be able to get memory at a good enough cost. They get memory probably more expensive because their shipments are lower. Remember, whoever orders the most gets the best deals on memory. So who's ordering the most? Microsoft, AI data centers. So Microsoft screwed over their own hardware. They had a part in that because of their AI push. So AI people get the best deals and get the most memory. Everybody else is left scrambling. Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony. Fortunately for Nintendo and Sony, somewhat not so fortunate for Sony, but fortunately for Nintendo, they went not as expensive. So their system is still pricey, but they have less internal memory and they have less gigabytes of RAM than the bigger systems. So they're able to save a little bit. You know, they're able to save a little bit. But Microsoft, they don't sell the volume to be able to get the shipment numbers that they want. So their price is higher. So that's the problem right now. That's the big problem with Microsoft and Sony, or big problem with Microsoft and Sony. Obviously has problems because they've raised the price. The PS5 disc-based edition costs $150 more than it cost 6 years ago now. It costs $150 more. The PS5 Pro is $200 more than it was a year ago. So that's the problem that we're dealing with right now, you know? Let's go over time. There's a huge disclaimer at the bottom. Wait, what are you trying to say? What key cards?
Hey you. I want to shake your hand.
Switch 2 carts use faster memory than Switch 1, which adds to the cost.
Way
so
faster.
Technically Nintendo could install from cart if they used slower memory like what's used on Switch 1 just for downloading. But it's pointless cuz devs will still pick key cards lol.
Here's the problem though. It would still be very expensive. And let me tell you the reason why. How many developers, because once again, you can pick slower memory and that's fine. You can pick slower memory. But the problem is that memory cost for a cartridge is still expensive. How many developers use the 32 gigabyte cartridge on Switch 1? Barely any. Too expensive. So you would still need to pay the amount that you'd have to pay because the memory would still be there. So yes, you can use slower memory. It uses Express for the memory, actually no, the cards themselves, they're faster. Oh my god, my son's kind of going in there. They're faster, but they're still really slow in comparison to the Express memory on the Nintendo Switch system itself. Sure, you can use it like Switch 1, but they'd still be expensive because developers did not want to use 32 gigabyte memory on the Switch 1. So it would still be pricey, and a lot of them would still probably opt for a key card. Because think about it for a second. How many developers use the 32 gigabyte cartridge? Barely any. There were games where they could have used it. There's like a handful of there's like Final Fantasy 10/10-2, and that was only in Asia where it was the 32 gigabyte cart. Witcher 3.
I want to shake your hand.
And maybe a few other. I can't think of them, you know?
I agreed with his points on the overshooting the market, but I just didn't agree that we didn't need Switch 2. I was getting tired of a crusty Hyrule Warriors game. Lol.
I agree that I disagree with we need Switch 2. Like, we don't need Switch 2. We needed Switch 2. we needed Switch 2. I disagree with that. We needed Switch 2. Because Switch 2 gives us at least the bare minimum so we can get stuff like Onimusha, we can get Resident Evil 9, we can get Pragmata, we can get, these games. If there was no Switch 2, these games aren't coming to Switch 2, or they're coming cloud. Or they're coming cloud versions. We can get Kingdom Hearts 4. There's no way Kingdom Hearts 4 makes it to Switch 1. There's no way we get, the type of games that we're getting. So there's no way that we get Stellar Blade. So we needed Switch 2 so we can get those third-party games. We needed it for that. We needed it for that. There's always an excuse to make smaller, better optimized games. I wish I can sit there and say that you can, but even if you do smaller some games are just large. Games are a big medium. It's a big medium that if you want a certain type of game, if you want a certain style of game, you can optimize it all you want to. It ain't going to be lower than 40 gigabytes. Like I said, think about it for video editing. When I edit a video of mine in 1080p 60 frames per second will be sometimes 2 to 3 gigabytes. Bro, it's a 15-minute video. So it's even with optimization, which a lot of devs do optimize, if you want HD games, big HD games, it's going to be 30, 40, 50, 60 gigabytes. It's going to be larger. Even if you optimize, it's going to be a larger game because of all the different stuff that you're putting. You're putting audio, you're putting sound effects, you're putting music, you're putting all these different things in a game. Games are complex. They're not small. Like, it's not like it's NES and back in the day or something like that. Like, modern games are complex, and like I said, one HD file can take up a lot of memory, even for an indie game. An HD, like, there are big indie games, right, that are file size. So it's like, I think developers are trying to optimize. They don't want their games to be super large, but I mean, like I said, if you want like surround sound, if you want decent textures, like your game's gonna be somewhat larger in today's day with today's technology. Even Nintendo's games are like, look at Xenoblade. Monolith Soft are the optimization kings. Dude, Xenoblade is 40 something gigabytes. Like Xenoblade 2 and Xenoblade 3 are like, I think Xenoblade 1 is like 30, like 33, 30, like 30 something. But Xenoblade 2 and Xenoblade 3 are 40 gigabytes plus. Like, and they're good at optimization. They're really good at optimization, and Xenoblade games are getting large. They're large and in charge now, you know? Like, so like, if you want the textures, if you want the audio, you want the music, like, if you want them to make the game smaller, they're gonna have to reduce the music. They're gonna have to reduce the texture size. They're gonna have to reduce things and make it less quality, you know? So, I mean, I don't know if that's a good idea. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, most people playing Minecraft, Terraria, Fortnite, hardcore freaks are not the mass market. Yeah, but I mean, we need different variety of games. Like, those games are all great. But isn't Minecraft pretty big file size at this point? But like, those games are all great. But we also need games like Stellar Blade, and we also need games like Xenoblade that are 40 something gigabytes. We also need games that are big. Like, we need a variety of games. We don't just need what casual consumers are playing. We need what hardcore gamers are playing too. We want a variety. And a lot of hardcore gamers, we want content. We want a lot of music. We want good textures. We want all that, you know? So the games are going to be bigger in file size for those games. So yeah, if they didn't include the DLC on the Switch 2 carts because the files got so much bigger in the Switch 2 editions, yeah. Now detractors say that Monolith Soft lost their touch and they can't compress 4K 60. Yeah, like I said, man, I don't know. Like, I get like the file sizes are out of control. I agree with Zoo on that one. I just don't think that, like, I know a little bit of game creation and I know the file size it takes to even make something look halfway decent. Like, I do file creation on my editor, and I can make a 15-minute video that's compressed. I'd make it in 1080p 60 frames, but it's not even like I'm doing 4K and all that. And that will be sometimes 2 or 3 gigabytes. Think about that. For a 15-minute video with not even like my face, not even face cam. It would just be like YouTube trailers cut up. And that's a 1080p 60 frames per second video for YouTube for anybody to be able to watch. And that can be like 2 or 3 gigabytes. And that's compressed a bit. That's lower textures file size. So it's like, if that's going to be 2 or 3 gigabytes for that, imagine a full game. And once again, that's me optimizing. That's me legitimately optimizing. I don't use surround sound quality audio. I don't use all that. I try to make the file size for my videos as small as possible without it looking like complete trash. You know? Like, I'm not going to do 480p or 720p. Like, 1080p is the minimum. But man, like, and that's like 2 or 3 gigabytes for some of those vids. And imagine making a game like Xenoblade or making a game like, you know, Final Fantasy. Like, yeah, it's going to be way bigger than that, right? We just need some kind of new compression technology. Maybe, yeah, maybe we do, man, but I don't know. Like, I don't know where that comes from. There's always trade-offs with compression, man. There's always trade-offs with compression. So I don't know. And then once again, you know, like, it's going to be different for like RPGs and stuff like that, right? RPGs or bigger games. Like I said, I think a lot of the time what takes up a lot of audio regardless, it's like dialogue. And usually like multiple voices. Like voices and audio take up a lot of that takes up space. So if you have like, let's say Japanese and English on a cart and it's a big game, Yeah, like that's gonna take up a lot of space, you know. Let's see here. OJ can be, I can be compressed. I can compress myself. So I can compress myself on there. So that's what we're gonna do. But I think it's about time we wrap this one up, right? I think it's been 3 hours and 30. I told my wife that I'd be done 30 minutes ago. So we'll wrap this one up here. I want to say big love to everybody that came through and dropped support, man. We don't have the craziest numbers here, but you were compressed. But you guys are awesome. So I want to say thank you so much for your support. Like always, man. You guys are just incredible. Shout outs to Flip and Switch and Philip. Thank you guys for coming through to the channel today. Thank you guys for dropping support too. Shout outs to Dane Gonzalez, Flipping the Switch, Justin. Big love to Varkster. Shout outs, Varkster. Thank you for the multiple donos. Ashoka Tano, big donos today as well. Justin, once again. Shout outs to Matthew F. Thank you. Nick93, Adam Carson. Thank you for the 40 months of membership. I think I forgot to play that 2 hours ago. My bad, Adam. Sorry about that. Shinru, thank you for the big JoJo. Killer J, thank you so much. Thank you guys. Deported Sicilian, George FT, thank you guys for your support. Like always, man, you guys have been, like I said, incredible. Thank you to everybody that dropped by today, all the Elite Ninjas, Party Man, everybody here. I want to say thank you to everybody. Seriously, you guys were just like awesome. What's today? Is today Thursday? Okay, we'll be back tomorrow for JoJo Friday. Okay. Yo, Uncario, thank you for the 5 years, 60 months, 5 years. Let's go. That's awesome, man. I would love for all of you guys, man, if you have not checked out my most recent video, please check out my most recent video. If you have not seen it. Also, big love to Philip. Oh, thank you for the subscription, man. Thank you for the subscription. Phil One Up Collects. Thank you for the support, brother. Like always, man. We'll definitely get together and have a discussion about all this stuff, right? So you guys check out my most recent video, man. Thank you guys so much for coming through. I talked about the recent Nintendo Direct and my true Nintendo Direct show grade. So I went in depth into all the different games and like the A tier announcements, the B tier announcements, the good announcements, the not So I kind of went into it and gave it my grade after all of that. So if you guys haven't seen that video, check it out. It's a dope video. I linked it right there in the chat for you guys. So check that video out. I'm probably going to do like another Star Fox video tonight. So look out for like a Star Fox video and then we'll have more. Like I said, we're going to be cranking it up. I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. You guys know me, man. I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about with this Direct. We got more Xenoblade videos, more Fire Emblem videos, more upcoming game videos. Like there's going to be a lot of content. So I know you guys aren't going to be able to watch everything, but whatever you can watch, I'd appreciate it. All right. So you guys have lives too. You guys have families and lives and kids and other things. So, you know, I ain't trying to take up all your time, but whenever you guys can watch, I'd appreciate it. All right. So, all right. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate it. Big love to everybody here. Time flies when you're having fun. So yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow for JoJo Friday. Yeah. All right, guys. Love y'all. Peace.